Good evening, everyone. And well, first, happy Trans Visibility Day or Trans Day of Visibility. You may perceive like perceive. Like just majority of us being perceived here. It is my joy to welcome y'all to the middle of a very special mini-series here on Bad House RPG. My name is Aki or Akino if you're feeling fancy, and my pronouns are she, her, and you can find me on several projects all over the Twitterverse at Akinomi_art. And for the next little while, little meaning like 3 sessions, I will be your lovely GM as we embark on a mini-series called The Lion's Den, a homebrewed version of Vampire the Masquerade set in Toronto. I'm a gay with an agenda. So there's some announcements here. April 3rd, we have an All the Witches 2-part special GM'd by Emma Panada, the creator of the game, from 5 p.m. PT to 8 p.m. ET. And April 5th? Is it 5th? Is it the 5?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. April 5th, starting April 5th, we have Shattered Dawn. I forgot to write it in my notes. We have Shattered Dawn, a 5-part cyberpunk game, also starting around the 5 p.m. PT and 8 p.m. ET. The way C is voguing, I'm assuming C is a part of the cyberpunk game. And that means, look at that, you're going to have a back-to-back C exposure. Sounds like you're in for scurvy. Donations start.
Now hold on a minute, Aki. Now hold on a minute.
You can't promise that.
Yeah, I only give scurvy to my very special fans.
Back-to-back Steve. That was a good bit, okay? I'm just saying, that was perfect. The line delivery was great.
Solid.
Thank you.
All right, good night, everybody.
Oh, God. Donations for $10 or 1,000 bits. You can give one of our players here a willpower reroll, something that they will need, especially if you're Joe. And for a 20, Joe used 3 last time, I swear, or 2. I can't remember. It was more than 1. And for $20 or 2,000 bits, you can give one of our players a flashback, which will be very, very useful. And you can find out more about the donation section, or specifically the donation button, in the About section. Joining me today, we have, for the first time, our full, lovely cast. So please tell us a little bit about yourselves and your characters, and specifically, what is the worst thing that could happen to your character today? Aurora, do you want to go first or do you want to go last?
I want to go last.
Last, okay. Chris, start us off, baby.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Chris Tung. Most people know me by day as one of the co-founders of PinkCity.ca, which is an anime gaming streetwear brand from Toronto, Canada. I also am the producer, editor, and current GM for Super Journey Dudes, which is a comedy TTRPG podcast. Doing a Lancer show, Blink Space Blues, super fun. Come check it out. And by night, today, I am playing Frankie Tomato, the man behind Frankie Tomatoes, the wonderful Italian buffet in Toronto, Canada.
The legendary,
yes, the incomparable. And one thing, or what would be the worst thing to happen to Frankie tonight? I would say if Frankie goes hungry and runs out of bagged blood, that is his worst fear right now. Let's make it interesting. Yeah, that'll be his worst fear right now. It's not dying.
If we're going alphabetical, it's Fabian's turn.
Hi, Dad. Hi, my name's Fabs. I'm feeling like butt today, so you're seeing a reactive image instead. Yeah, I'm playing Chester, this guy, with the blood and stuff. Yeah, and the worst thing that would happen to Chester is if he had to be held accountable for his actions.
That's so fucking literal. Nice.
Yep.
Joe.
Hello, everybody. I'm Joe at Scary Dog Friends. I play Umami, a Malkavian hacker nightmare. The worst thing that could happen to Umami today is if I also go hungry and get to hunger 4 once more. Who knows? It's most very likely. Very, very likely.
But that was so much fun last time.
It was very fun.
C.
Hi, everyone. My name is C. I use they, them pronouns. Tonight, I have the absolute pleasure of playing Bear, who uses they, she, he pronouns, and is your beloved big butch gangrel. And the worst thing that could happen to Bear tonight, jeez, is if, like, she loses to a bigger, worse version of a bear. I think that would be, like, pretty devastating. Yeah. If they lose to a different monster bear, I think that would be pretty bad for him. Yeah.
And Aurora.
Hi, y'all. I'm Aurora at Ephemeral Giant on everything. I use she, Fae pronouns. I will be playing Ava tonight, who also uses she, Fae pronouns. And the worst thing that could happen to Ava is if she doesn't get some goddamn coffee. I'll be real. She's not worried about death or going hungry. She is a simple woman. She is worried about some goddamn coffee.
Now you're reminding me of, like, there's this movie where, like, majority of the populace is vampires and they're running out of humans to eat, and then there's this one guy and he's like, I can figure out how to be human.
Oh yeah,
I'm just a part of
Daybreakers.
capital. Yeah. And then specifically, right, because they're running out of blood, there's like this white guy and he's like, put some more blood in my coffee. And the fucking the teller person is like, I can't, sir. We're under regulation. It's so specific. That stuck with me forever.
Instead of
now.
fixing it, they just cure vampirism. No big deal.
They could have always, just like rationed their humans, but instead, no. Let's cure us all. It's not even cure. It was like the movie made it look real bad. It was like,
Daybreakers is weird.
Yeah. It was like, let's torture ourselves until we just give up. That's how they turn human. Spoilers for Daybreak, I guess. I don't even know when that came out. All I know is I was small. That shit aside, instead of making my beautiful players fight for a D10 to do the recap, I will be delivering a recap. This recap's going to encompass the past 2 episodes because we were on a break, and also it's to help get Aurora up to speed a little bit faster, and also, a really good reminder for just everyone in general. And then afterwards, we'll just officially get started. So, recap time. Everyone arrives at the hotel. How come every time I want to recap or do something or speak, I just burp? That's not fun. That's not fair. It's a little motivated, body. Everyone arrives at the hotel, dressed to the nines. Major hot girl shit. None of the guests are allowed to leave the ballroom, but the party, our party, not the party that's happening, our party, is intrigued by a literal giant box pushed by 2 sweaty humans. The box makes them uneasy, but they can't investigate, more because of plot, and because the party has also started, and there's a planned program / opening ceremonies to go to. Like 2 hours later, during a live gift unveiling, the giant box is open to reveal a sick-looking, large sloth humanoid creature who attacks the birthday child and sends everyone into a wonderful state of panic as a bear humanoid monster also attacks. People die. The party fights and makes an opening and then escapes, only to encounter a wolf humanoid demon and a baron who abandons the party and his thin-blood wife / child. Frankie then mesmerizes the thin blood, whose name's Stephanie, by the way, to act as a decoy so the party can escape upstairs. I forgot to put this also in, but Chester does meth. Upstairs, they find the halls decorated in slime, blood, gore, and general viscera. They enter a potential safe haven lounge where they find the Baron Rosemary, who is hosting the party, and some of Chester's people. The last shot goes back to Stephanie, who's spared by the wolf monster, who then attacks her gross husband slash Baron instead, and she follows after the wolf. That is a recap. So instead of going directly back to the party, who is currently semi-resting, I would say at the lounge, we are going to rewind several hours back in time, back to when the party is actually just starting, to a very, very brilliant face, I should say, of Ava. Ava, you are in a elevator going very up. How up, you say? Like over 50 floors up, as you are in a skyscraper hotel. You were invited to one of the most exclusive parties in all of Toronto, especially for Kindred Society, and you were
As should be
invited,
expected.
of course, and you were also invited by the Baron of East York or the Baron of Toronto themselves, Priyanka. Sorry, one second. I'm looking for specific. Uh, it's an elevator. Never mind. I thought I wrote something special about the elevator. As you're going up to, I want to say you reach like the 30th floor or so. The elevator stops, and you find two humans who were dressed like, okay. At first they okay. So they're dressed like waiters, but like angel waiters. Like they're wearing the little shitty wings and like a halo on headband type of thing. And like you can tell that they are humans. And you can just assume that they're working here. I think it's safely under the assumption, since you know what the theme of the party is, being heavenly bodies. However, there is nothing heavenly about this giant box that actually kind of swallows the rest of this elevator like doors. It you can tell it can fit inside, but you know it's going to be a tight, uncomfortable squeeze. And they push the box in, both of them in, with you.
Yeah. Hi. Hello. Hi.
One of the humans just goes, "Hello." You know, like a fucking gay hand, and like not the limp one, just a. Why don't you tell the audience what you look like now, squished up to this box and elevator side?
Squished up to the box and elevator side, it is a light pink silk corseted top that leads down into a cut off, seemingly like they are made almost from the same materials, but a not quite A-line framed floor length skirt with a bit of a train, a nice crushed pink velvet of the same color that goes down the back of the skirt, and the front is a open tulle and taffeta situation with sparkle throughout.
Lovely. This elevator ride going 30 floors up is going to be really awkward. Mostly because again, it's not a nice squeeze, you know. And also like I mean you're literally undead, you know, in such a way where you're cold blooded, but now you feel a little moisture in the back. Could be anything at this point.
I don't like being sticky. That's just the truth of the thing. I hate being sticky.
It's like your back is a car window and the condensation's coming in. It's not great. Especially since it's not cold either. It's warm.
In my younger years, I would have just eaten both of these two. But Priyanka would disapprove.
Great.
So we're showing restraint.
Amazing.
Because we are at a party. And eating the help kind of grinds the party to a halt.
This is true. Plus, you're aware of these higher society parties do in fact provide you with human bevies. So it's not like you're hungry per se, or
Oh,
you
yeah.
could be hungry, but it's more like you will be satisfied soon.
Mm-hmm. It's fine. It's cool. It's fine.
Mhm.
It's totally fine.
Extremely so. Is there anything you'd like to do real quick on your way up? Or would you just like to mind your own business and wait for the door?
Oh, no, I'm nosy, and I'm right up against this box. I'm gonna do my best to investigate the box without being noticed investigating the box.
Amazing, amazing. So if you want to aim um, for more stealth, I guess I would say that's more of a composure and stealth. I would also allow composure awareness, or if you genuinely don't care if like the two humans see you inspecting the box, you can do something like intelligence, awareness.
I
Sorry,
bring you.
insight as well. Mhm.
I bring you an idea.
Gimme.
Composure and subterfuge based in seduction.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'd allow it. I'd allow it.
God, beautiful. Thank you. Wonderful. My dice. Oh no, my dice are not next to me.
Oh no. Yeah, just go get it real quick. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're doing your best, bestie.
Dice. I hate to say this live on stream, but oh god, what dice do I use?
Oh, like only D10s.
Cool, that's what I thought.
Yeah, and then it's the amount of little pips in both stats. That's how many D10s you roll.
Cool. That's 5 d10s for me. Alrighty, cool. I have numbers. I remember vaguely what I'm doing. I am so sorry.
It's okay.
What do you have above 6?
I have 3 out of 5 above 6.
Awesome.
There you
That's
go.
3. That is 3 successes. So now's a very good time to mention what this box looks like. Like I said, massive, like ridiculously so, and it's like massive, not just like in like lengthwise, but like width as well. And it fucking almost touches the ceiling of this elevator. It's not the ceiling, sorry, the roof of this elevator. Nasty. But also the box is so large that it in fact has mismatched wrapping paper. Like half of this was like Halloween, and then the other half is like the sprinkles of a donut, and then there's a part of it that's like Christmas or something, some sort of off-brand wall wrapping paper, and there's even a fucking bow on it. The audacity.
This is horrendous and awful,
Mhm.
and trying to think what I'm really trying to figure out the best I can by just sort of reaching my arms up and over. So, what are two gorgeous gentlemen like you doing working a party like this, arms onto the box, hands resting atop the box, feeling it?
The humans were not sweaty. but perhaps they start feeling sweaty now. And so one of them has a clipboard. The clipboard kind of has the more I would say the more the clipboard understands that this is a job and flirting on the job is unprofessional.
Uh-huh.
So it's like they're doing their best to just like they're not ignoring you because that's rude. But they're definitely like just they're like wow, these elevator buttons are
Uh-huh.
so interesting, Red. I fucking love numbers. You know, just one of those vibes. Whereas
So
the
the
other
clipboard is
one,
my target.
the,
Cool.
the other one knows that they are on the job. The other one is perhaps really bad at their job. They're kind of giving you all of their attention. You know, you know, oh, that's so like that kind of vibe. I feel like that whatever the sounds I just made is
Yeah.
probably the best way to describe the kind of vibe. You are very pretty.
Perfect.
And they
I lock
like
eyes. I
oh
lock
dear.
eyes with the stuttery, stumbly one.
Mm-hmm.
So, babe, what's going on with that box?
The box is a gift.
A gift? Yeah, I kind of gathered this is a birthday party.
Yeah. So,
Anything else you can tell me, handsome?
and then you see the clipboard kind of just. You ever see that? No, you all know the girlfriend meme. The fucking. That's what the clipboard looks like. The girlfriend. And and the one that you are charming though straight up goes well, it says Santos as the sender, so I guess the Baron. Oh, sorry, they wouldn't know.
Fun.
They would not. They would know the title Baron. So I guess it's the mom.
Fun.
Oh yeah, so fun. So are you like friends with the birthday girl?
You could say that. Words
Nice.
for what I do.
And I think to save them, clipboard is just gonna go like rather like interrupt and be like, "Oh, look at that, we're here," and like you're like one floor off, but then it goes ding, and they're like, "Wow, it's time to get this box out of here." Why don't you go ahead of us?
Uh-huh.
Actually, I'll hold the door open for you. This is it's a box.
Thanks, boys. And I walk off with a scrap of the wrapping paper in my hands.
Oh, shit. Okay, cool. I will say it. Just because of your 3 successes, the if you were to like look at what you pulled off, it looks like it's just like thick-ish cardboard.
Cool.
But the build of the box, you would know, is one of the ones where if they took off the lid, all 4 sides would just like fall out. In general, so the
Oh.
wrapping paper is more like straight up
That's-
decoration.
Okay, yeah, I am unsettled.
Yeah.
On all levels.
Yeah. And it's a they wheeled the box in, so they're gonna wheel the box out. And unless you care to pay attention, you are kind of ushered to go straight where they have to turn down the hall. If you were to attempt to go down the hall, you would be stopped by security, simply because they want to keep all the guests in the main hall.
I definitely watch them. I wouldn't follow, but I'd keep my eyes on exactly where they go.
So you see them wheel it out and then go all the way down east. Like east the hall, like they're passing rooms, doors, all this stuff, and then they make like a right, I guess you could say, it's not like a harsh right, sharp right, or anything. It's just this is a big ass box, and it needs two people to like push. But they make a right, and
Yeah.
then they disappear. You, however, are in this. This is like the upper floor. You're like on the. You know that the party takes place on the top three floors, which is 58, 59, and 60. So you're on the 58th floor. And you see this beautiful patterned wallpaper with these gold metal frameworks that make it look old, but then you'll like see a super high-tech vending machine, and it's like a kind of a weird mesh of extremely modern and vintage, but all of that kind of melts away when you meet the doors, and there are like these kind of grand golden gate looking kind of doors, and they open pretty heavy, and you are in this ballroom filled with people dressed to the nines. Some are on point with the theme being Heavenly Bodies, the Met Gala like 2018, and others are like severely not. Um, Not necessarily like they're lacking in any style. It's more like, wow, black tux, black suit, black tux,
Yeah.
black suit. That
Black tux,
dress,
black suit.
sure. It's one of those vibes.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Ava's judging heavy anyone who's not like on theme.
mhm. It's one of those ones. I will say though, the rest of the ballroom beautifully decorated. There are like Swarovski crystals hanging from the ceiling to mimic stars, and then you see other humans. You can smell them specifically, and they are dressed like masked angels or painted in marble, like the those human marble statues. And they're all entertaining guests or they're serving beverages. You see this white Steinway Model M piano. It's in the center, being played by a human dressed as the sexy Lucifer statue, also known as Le Genie du Mal. And the floor is also covered in rose petals. This is a beautiful fucking room.
God, yeah. What a cute little shindig.
Mm-hmm. And kind of as soon as you enter, we're gonna say that time gets a little bit nebulous here. You do see some of your fellow players, and if you wish to interact with them, I'll allow it. And just at some point, you're gonna get separated.
Yeah. No. I would honestly probably go out of my way to say hi to Charlie, because I know Charlie. And then I'd go antagonize Umami for a second.
You mean Chester?
I mean Chester, wow. I do mean Chester.
Okay, I
all
wanted to
good.
double check. I was like,
Calling him
okay.
Charlie from now on.
Yeah, you can just call him Charlie. No one's
Yeah.
gonna stop you, actually. So, let's do Chester's first. Chester, what are you doing? You just standing there looking pretty?
At that point, I believe I was just like standing there before I went to the box.
Yes. Ava, you see Chester just standing there. Ripe for the picking.
Chester! Doll, aren't you the belle of the ball?
I don't know about that, but it's nice to see you.
Nice. I'm giving you shit. You look nice. That's the important part.
Thank you.
A little basic, but we can work on that.
I am gracious for whatever help you can give, of course. How's everything? How was the trip over?
Trip was fine. It's cold as fuck, but that's like not news, you know?
I mean, we can barely feel it anyway, right? So,
Exactly. But you know, it's Toronto cold. I would like to argue that Toronto cold you can still feel while you're undead.
true.
The same as Chicago cold.
Yeah, it's why I enjoyed New York a lot more. It's a little tamer down there. But it's really nice to see you. How have you been Keeping up with your studies?
I've been doing my best. I've been a little bit busier with the business lately. Uh,
Of
Honestly,
course.
pedos never stop. Bodies keep dropping.
Hey,
You know.
somebody's got to do their jobs, right? Cops
Mm-hmm.
ain't, for sure.
Ups are shit. And it
Exactly.
keeps me fed. So.
It's kind of disgusting that I was kind of one for a while down
Yeah.
south, but
Huh. You were, huh?
I'm out of it, so I'm better for it.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like you'll somehow kick me out of this party if I say not all cops. So instead, I'm just gonna drop
oh
you with the
no,
idea of that joke and
all of
walk
it,
away.
all of it, all of it. The concept of a sheriff is really stupid, if you ask me. So
No, you're just right. You're just right.
yeah, sometimes when your sire asks you to do a job, you just do it
Mm-hmm.
until they die.
Yeah. Been there, done that. You saved me from that. All good. Live, laugh,
Exactly.
love, as I always say.
Exactly. Wow, all
Well.
Chesters are bastards. Wow.
I'm sorry. It's just
It's all good. It's all
All
good.
Chesters are bastards.
Except Chester Bennington. He gets a pass.
Yeah, he gets a pass. Well, I'm noticing something weird over there. I'm sorry. I'm gonna
Oh,
check
yeah.
on something. But it was nice to see.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk more later.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, have fun at the party. Don't get too crazy. I will see you.
I will see you. And Chester heads over to the box.
And Ava, I believe next on your list was Umami to antagonize, right?
Mm-hmm.
Umami, what are you doing right now?
I guess just depending. I'm still floating around Maryland's little circle, so I think I look like I'm very much still ahead in my little tablet, like making sure things are still going smoothly. So I'm just kind of like iPad kidding.
Yeah.
iPad kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ava, for you, so you know exactly who Madame Marilyn Ma is. She is the It Queen, essentially. Over here, being the one true neutral party between the Anarchs and the Camarilla. Uh, you would know a lot. You would know. Actually, depending on the circles you run, you probably do know quite a bit about her. You know
Yeah.
that
I
she
got severe
is.
noseitis.
Oh yeah, you know that she's been here for a while. She came to Canada as a railroad worker, lived here since then, got turned by some bitch in Vancouver, moved to Toronto after killing him. She's very vocal about killing her sire, and
Oh, we share that in common.
spent some yep, spent some time transitioning in Toronto. Now does a lot of funding for specifically getting people from Asian immigrants better acquainted and settled in Toronto. Best way to put it is one of those immigration policies, but like the ones on the side, the kind of sus ones.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of just like what she does. Other than that, you'd probably also know she's like a toreador with a major obsession for uh like icons like Marilyn Monroe, especially. You'd notice, like with her hair, the way she always wears it. It's that iconic look. Even right now, actually, she's in this flowy white halter dress. The only difference is she adds her own like little modern vibes to it. This black fur shawl with a full set of black Tahitian pearls, classic Louis Vuitton heels. She right now her hair is blonde and styled like Marilyn Monroe's. But other than that, just one hot Asian bitch.
Serves. I see.
hmm And I think if she knows you, she will give you like a nice little, like a little smile, very classic, very
Oh yeah.
baby girl.
No, yeah. We're always two bad bitches maximizing our joint slay. That's what we do.
Exactly, exactly. She gives you a very nice smile, but she is too busy entertaining the riffraff populace. So she has to go back and do her her really great job. However, off to the side is the little creature, the Umami.
My favorite.
Your favorite.
So I tap Umami on one shoulder and then appear on their other side when they uh, pop up from iPad land. How's my favorite hater doing?
I like, you can imagine Umami making like a full circle going around. Oh, you fucking cunt.
Hi. You love me, and that's the important part. Or you tolerate me. You know, I win either way.
Interesting. You're, as usual, fashionably late.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to stop for a bite to eat or two. But you act like my job ever stops, ever. Creeps are creeps
No.
are creeps always.
That's, you know what? You're so right. And I guess you've just entered into Creep City. Are you going to, are you thinking you're going to continue to do your job here?
You keep giving me places to go, things to do. Yeah.
I don't know if I would specifically have invited you. I'm just kidding.
It's okay. How are the festivities going? Have you lost your head yet?
Exhausting.
Got it.
Exhausting.
Yeah, no,
Zardy.
I love the idea of being a socialite, the vibe and concept, but really just being other socialites' pretty little thing works so much better, and I have to do so much less. Seriously, I can just chill, and it's fine.
I mean, I'm sure you would enjoy that. Certainly. My whole thing is that I have
Okay.
to have a little bit of control in my life. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. I I would like to argue I have control, but I feel like we'd be here for 30 minutes talking about this.
All right. Well, the first time we've seen each other in a second, we're already down each other's throats.
Yeah.
Go get a fucking drink.
Okay, yeah, I'll bring you one later.
No problem.
And then I
just,
slid
like,
off into the night.
back into the.
There we go. I was looking for my unmute button. I was looking for my unmute button up here, but it's all the way down there. So clearly we know my energy tonight. Is there anyone else you'd like to antagonize right now in this little nebulous time?
No, it's okay. I don't think I know Bear all that well, and Frankie I don't quite antagonize. We just have a business relationship.
Perfectly fine. You will get whisked away by one of what Priyanka's people look like, and so you come across essentially this very well dressed Sikh man. His hair's up in a very lovely turban, and he's got all that classic security detail, like the little earpiece, like the only difference I would say is that this motherfucker got a Rolex watch and kind of like not gonna lie, low-key showing it off. Like he doesn't need to rest his hand up here by his chest, but yes he does. And how tall are you roughly?
Like 6'1".
Like 6'1". He does not need to bend down too much at all. He's a bit taller. Doesn't need to bend down at all for you, but still does out of politeness.
Oh, wow.
And goes, the Baron would like to see you.
Got it. Cool. Yeah, thank you.
He will offer his hand or arm rather if you wish to like take it and be escorted in
Oh
such
yeah,
way.
of
If
course.
not, yeah. Yeah, if not, it would have been following behind rather. But like, if you wish to be
Mhm.
escorted, you are escorted. All I'm gonna say is beef. Beef meets beef. That's all I'm gonna say. Beef.
Beef. Got it.
Beef. Beef. And you're brought to this couch lounge type of chair, like like couch adjacent kind of chair. It's mimicking like a I want to say that it's mimicking velvet when it really is velvet. I keep forgetting that this place is like rich bougie. They can afford like all of the things. So you're on. You see Priyanka on there, and Priyanka is dressed in. I remember it. I just want to get the words right. Um, this bronze salwar suit with gold snake jewelry and matching bangles. Also very honestly like super rich looking, but like
Mhm.
in a made from gold birth out of an apple, like that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just also here for a time. Understood the assignment 100%. Went gonna flavor it up a little bit. I like this one story that I know from your Bible. Like one of those vibes. And Priyanka will sit up as they were like lying down lounging, grab a fucking goblet from someone and tilt it to you.
Pretty darling.
Hello, Ava. You look lovely.
Thank you. Of course, you look lovely.
Thank you. I do like to try for these kinds of
Mhm.
festivities. It's
The
always
only person at a
suits.
party who can show me up is you.
Don't let Marilyn hear you. But, like she like
Never,
pulls her
never.
fucking long ass ponytail. Like, damn. Come, sit. I hate to say that I have a job for you, but it is one of those open contracts.
Oh,
Mm.
I
You
do
see,
like the
there's
sound of an open contract.
absolutely. So, you can take your time on this, but I know you worked so well under under a deadline, so I could give you
Under
a
hellish
deadline.
circumstances.
Yes, I could give you obviously not tonight, or even unless you want to leave earlier, then go for it. Be my guest, but we do have a bit of a problem
Oh,
within. Well, let's just say that they're an academic advisor for a district of a school board.
oh.
Yes, and maybe they're here.
Academics taste so good. It's like the
So
ink gets into
learned.
their blood or something.
Perfect. Um, so would you like to disclose to the audience what you do for a living? Besides me looking cute?
Yeah. Besides just being hot and pretty and fun, what Ava actually does for a living is ensnare and dispose of predators in usually quite violent manners, honestly. It's how she stays fed, it's how she stays employed, and you know what? It's a win-win scenario in her mind. Get rid of the creeps, and she usually gets some cute clothes out of it. Because honestly, a lot of the times, she leads them on for maybe too long to get more free things. But she always gets the job done.
Hmm. And you would know that Priyanka Singh, the Baron of Toronto, is essentially by day, they're this well off benefactor who donates to schools, sports teams, after school programs, all of that stuff, all of that fun jargon. And by night, they supply willing humans and host to many feeding parties. You also would know, as a fun fact, that they're thinking about joining greater politics, but that's like a I'm old enough. Maybe I'll change my career path a little bit, kind of, kind of, but like in a fun vampire way. And they, can you guys hear the laughing in the background? Okay, that's my
Just
sister.
a tiny bit.
That's my sister playing something. The walls are thin. I don't know if I can like smack on it and tell her to stop. So I'll just leave it alone for now. But yeah, um, you can hear it still, can't you? It's coming. My bad. My bad. I'm losing my train of thought. So Ava will, not Ava, you're Ava. Priyanka will kind of point you out to this. Honestly, this man in a green suit. It's like green suit, red tie, looking like a whole ass Christmas tree. Wrong vibe, wrong holiday, wrong, like not wrong season, but like it's festive in the wrong way. I mean, not technically, it's not because like heavenly bodies, but like that wasn't the vibe
Yeah,
that they
no,
wanted, right?
no, it's the wrong event. You're right.
So it's one of those. She'll point them out to you and lean a little bit closer in, mostly like out of like to look like you're having a very like fun conversation, and it's loud enough where honestly won't even get picked up much unless a kindred's really trying to listen. But she'll still move in a little bit closer and go, my sources tell me that they are sending high schoolers from poorer ends of the west end of Toronto. That's out of my jurisdiction. But, underdeveloped families. No one's gonna care if they go missing. But a lot of thin bloods are showing up in that area.
I hate creeps.
I do
That's all I'll
too.
say. This one's gonna be fun, isn't it? I'm gonna get something out of this one.
So much fun. Now, I'm not saying that, we do have 3 days graciously booked up for this entire upper floor. It's a 3-day party.
Oh wow.
But I'm also not saying that I don't have enough guys here to clean up this mess. If you wanted to do it early. Of course, I know you love the thrill of the hunt.
I love the hunt. But Pri, I'm feeling a bit visceral tonight.
Oh. I'm so glad I packed you an extra outfit.
You do wonders, you know that, doll?
Thank you. I will leave you be now because I want to make sure that you at least enjoy some of the more mundane parts of this party.
Of
I heard
course, of
some
course.
knowing Marilyn, there's like an animal or two up in here. Cause I don't know, were you
God,
there
you're
for
not
the
wrong.
weird petting zoo thing? The petting zoo
petting
tea?
that was the choice.
It
It
was.
smelled so bad. So bad.
We have heightened senses, I don't want to smell shit, frankly. But that's fine. That's fine. Choices are choices. You go have fun. Make sure you get something to
Okay.
eat.
Oh, I will. You know that already. I'll eat something else, I promise. Not just junk food.
Not just junk food. Of course. And you know what my security detail looks like. They know what you look like. Just let them know when you want to start. Let them know if you need anything else, and we are happy to provide our best hunter. Thank you.
Of course, doll.
She'll straight up do the thing and let you go off. Yeah.
As soon as I leave Priyanka's sight, the first guard I see, I say, "The hunt is on." And then I make just a quick passing comment to Umami. "The hunt is on."
So,
Sorry about the blood in your bathrooms.
Umami, would you like to react to that before I attack y'all? Gently.
What? So, I just lost that one last bit. Sorry.
Oh, like for real?
Yeah.
Repeat what you said then, Ava.
I said I walk by Umami and
Oh,
as a passing comment,
right.
the hunt is on.
Right,
Sorry
right,
about the
right.
blood in your bathrooms.
I thought you said guard, like just like not me. I'm sorry. I just kind of
I
I look
said
up
guard and then
very.
you.
Oh, okay. I look up briefly and I'm like, what? And then have you just like completely continued to walk past?
Fully.
I'm just like, ah, I cannot think about that right now.
And the guards are alerted that you want to start the hunt. However, the birthday girl makes her way downstairs, and so the party starts. We're gonna get really fast for a little bit. Opening ceremonies happen, couple dance, numbers happen. You get to see the Baron Rosemary, who is the sire of the birthday child here, talk about just how genuinely proud and happy she is, like to be able to do this. And then you see that big box. Now, Ava, I'm assuming you're sitting somewhere in the audience. As everybody was funneled, by the way, from the main room into this amphitheater type of room. So rows and rows you can pick to sit, upper or lower.
Cool. Wherever my quarry is, I'm sitting right in front of him.
Right in front. I would say then you are somewhere in the middle. Okay, you're like middle, so you actually get a nice seat of this, a nice view of everything that's going on, while also maintaining the vicinity for your target. And the big box rolls out. You do, by the way, see Umami and Chester up in the front, sort of on the side in this of the stage. They're attending to their people. You do not see where Frankie and Bear are because you kind of managed to get in before they did, and you took your seat. You were focused on something else.
Yeah.
And then you see the big old grotesque looking box get rolled in. You see it open. The two humans hold open the lid, like so they're there to open it. The sides of the box fall. And then this unnecessarily large sloth like human like monster creature is unveiled from inside the box. And probably even faster than, dare I say, you, swipes at the child. She is hit so hard she's literally spinning on her feet before she falls, and panic ensues. And then you smell so much blood coming from the back. You get up to turn, and then this giant, grotesquely large bear human. Not bear human like morphed. Like half of the face is a bear, the other half is clearly like humanoid, stands at the back where the back exit is and just grabs two people who were sitting at the back, rips one's head clear off, picks up the other, and just bites down the middle. Panic super induced is the best way to put it. And so is the smell of blood. And I know you mentioned grabbing a snack earlier, but I want you to make like a rouse roll.
Alrighty.
Middle, and too many things are happening at once for you.
That's a 7.
7. Where is it? I'm on the wrong thing. Somebody who else knows who knows it better help because I've opened the wrong sheet for the rouse. I'm pretty sure that's a success.
7
right?
is
You're
a
fine.
success.
Yeah. So I think you're fine for now. Yeah. You can hold it together, though the blood is pretty overwhelming. The blood mixes in with perfumes and human and not human and animal and not animal. And kind of you see your target get up and run towards the same entrance that you came from, which is the side entrance. You see that the doors are locked, but not for long because you guys are all vampires, and so it's
Yeah.
easily broken off after a bit. Do you follow your target?
Oh yeah, I have a plan.
Okay. As you do, I will say you catch a glimpse on the side of where you're seeing essentially the people you know. You see Bear fighting the bear. You see Frankie getting ready with something. Getting ready with something. But like you only really see his back. You can't really make out much because you need to focus on running. You see you know what Chester's magic is like, right?
Yeah.
Then I think it's super fair that you know what the hell's going on back at the front. You could feel
Oh,
the fight.
I pick up that there's fighting going on. Then I'm definitely staying focused on my target because, quite honestly, at this current moment, Ava believes in their heart of hearts that one, people who are not her got this. It'll be fine. Two, there will be more dire consequences to actually losing her target than to, not staying to fight.
Absolutely. You follow your target down the middle. You're entering back towards the main little ballroom that you were in. And you're met with this ominous presence throughout the whole floor, I would say. It's sort of like in Bleach when they unleash their soul energy and people can't fucking move sometimes because it's like, damn, the pressure of your soul has increased the gravity of the situation. In your case, you don't have a heart, or you do, but you swear you feel it beat for a second as something is so ominous about this. It could be the panic that you're in. It could be some sort of form of adrenaline activating. But I definitely want to say that you, someone who is more in tuned with the shadows, I guess, feel something colder than that. A lot worse throughout the building, essentially. Um, and I want you to make a. You can make a wits or no, make a resolve or composure and an awareness roll. So you choose between resolve or composure, whichever one you want, and then add awareness and then roll. And if you have any like
Alright.
disciplines or skills that could potentially help with this kind of vibe, go for it. I would say that this is like a vibe check and you can kind of choose what you want to pick from because you do have a target you're chasing, but you also have that fucking feeling.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with resolve and awareness. I don't think I have anything that really situationally adds to this. Let's see what the. Oh, wait. Fuck.
Yeah.
I I have a cult shit. Not a
Mhm.
My whole thing is that my mother was a Lasombra and she's the one who sired me.
Mhm.
Because fucked up sad times.
I
I
love
would
Team
like to argue I can add my religious trauma to this role.
Okay. If you're gonna add religious trauma, I'm going to assume you're going after the fucking feeling then.
The
That you get
feeling.
the feeling, yeah. And not the not not like the Christmas tree on the run.
Christmas tree on the run is a priority, but if I'm feeling something essentially colder than the shadows, yeah, no, I'm stopping to go, hey yo, what the fuck?
Absolutely. make your rolls and then tell me what you have above 6. Like how many you have above 6. And if you get 10, 10 is a crit, I believe. 10s explode in this game, right? I'm sorry, I played a game where a lot of exploding dice happen, so I'm getting stepping
there's
out
no
of it.
exploding.
No
mechanic.
exploding. Thank you. I played a
Okay.
lot of exploding dice mechanic games, and I'm kind of confused.
6 out of 8 successes and 1 10.
All right, here's what you see. You feel it first. You are prepared for what happens next. That's all I'm gonna say. So the layout of this ballroom, I should say, there is, of course, the amphitheater that you just came in from. Then off to the side is the main entrance, that the Golden Gates, essentially. Further in the middle, there is a part of which is a staircase that goes up to the next floor. So you're on the 58th floor, then there's a 59th floor, and then there's another floor above it. And that specific stairwell is where the child came down from. So you have a way up, is what I'm trying to say. And then you have another door that's all the way on the other side of the room that is further east, essentially. It should be stated that at some point in time, that big fucking box that you saw also go east came back from that room and got pushed all the way throughout the ballroom to the amphitheater. And that's actually what Chester was checking out before he excused himself from you. So you are aware of this. Everybody in the damn room was aware of that box. You have essentially 3 ways to go from this room. You see your target run essentially up the stairs to go to the next floor. And then from the main entrance, no, not even. Essentially, it was from the 2nd floor, but they were hiding. Hops down this, essentially the most normal looking out of all these monsters. There's a wolf-looking humanoid demon with blue fur and piercing blue eyes. I believe about 3 pairs, if we're making 6, just rocking on its face.
I hate all that.
It
hate
does
all of that.
what. Oh yeah, and for the record, you didn't see it at first, and this is a well-lit room. Quite literally, did not need to make that Spider-Man hop. And it does something that I can only say is a howl laugh. Something in between both, before it starts kind of mowing down people in front of you. With its bare fucking hands, it goes nuts. It goes bingo bongo style. Grabs a bitch, throws a bitch, and then it's the back of its hand slashes open another person. These are vampires that it's doing to, by the way. It's quite overpowering. You see your Baron Priyanka kind of like she was gonna go there before that wolf thing showed up. You see some of her security detail essentially get grabbed and grabbed by the jaws of this creature, and just get shaken like a dog playing with its chew toy.
Oh, that's so cool and fun.
Fun, funky, fresh. What would you
All of
like
those
to
things.
do? I know I gave you a lot of information, so I can help you out a little bit, but what would you like to do as you see this? Essentially, someone's going to town. Oh, specifically, it was the big beef that escorted you. Big beef becomes little squeaky toy right now.
What would I like to do?
Quite a few things here. You can follow your target. You could run and away. Or you could try and help Priyanka if you'd like.
I would like to try and help Priyanka. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do. Okay. I have an idea. Okay, I have an idea. I guess what I am going to do is attempt to do some blood sorcery
Mm-hmm.
right out the gate and use the blood sorcery a world of wet clay and essentially use my blood magic to make the ground around the wolf beast into like quicksand. What World of what Clay does is deform the physical matter around you. So I would like to soften that entire area.
Mm-hmm. Make the rolls that you need to roll, and let me know if it's a contested thing.
It does not seem to be a contested thing. It's a rouse check, which I succeeded a critical. And
Good
then
lord.
we're flying high today. I'll take it. And then it's that. It's my dex plus blood sorcery. Go with. Alrighty. Alrighty. That is 3 successes. One of those is a critical.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nice. So, how does it look like as you essentially change the matter of the floor around this wolf creature?
So, you see uh you see Ava's eyes go black, and then her nails are far more done up than mine. They are pink, bubbly stiletto nails. She drags one across her forearm and then drops to the ground, sticking that nail to the ground, and you see the ground shake and essentially fall into putty as it just liquefies around her and around the wolf creature.
Mm-hmm. So the wolf creature will begin to fall in. You could see that they noticed what was happening, but they still aren't sure what was happening. If that makes sense, it's sort of like this is new. They're prepared, but this is new, so they do get a little bit stuck. You see them slowly begin to sink, and they actually throw the guy that they had in their mouth across the room. I'm just gonna flat out tell you that's dead.
Okay.
That's it's just the way the force of being bitten, then shaken, then stirred, and then thrown again. Not much is there. If in fact, probably a chunk of him is missing. Like perhaps this wolf also had a snack, and it will look at you. Actually, directly at you, knowing what you did, smelling your blood in your magic. And I want you to make me a. You can do composure and etiquette if you'd like. I'd also allow composure and insight, or composure performance even. The idea is that or composure survival, as your it's going to essentially intimidate you in a way. So there's multiple ways to fight intimidation.
Okay. I'd like to argue for composure subterfuge. Even because I know enough to know a creature like this would be trying to intimidate me. Essentially, even if I am like immediately scared, swallowing that because I know I'm up against a wild animal, and that's the important part.
Okay, when you word it like that, yes, because I will say you've never seen anything like this before. This one just happens to look the most normal in a
Mhm.
sense.
Oh, I
Like,
haven't seen anything like this before. I
you
just
have
take
not.
wolf and I'm running with it.
Yeah. It's something that stands on its hind legs all the time. And you can tell its hind legs because when the back doesn't bend the correct way as
Mhm.
as it walks. That's how unnecessary this thing is.
Alrighty, that's 3 out of 5 successes with a critical again.
Mm-hmm. You get this feeling that something's wrong is the best way to put it. Now that you can really look at it, smell it maybe, or you think about it, and I swear to God, my sister is picking up in her weird high pitched voice. I'm gonna attack her after
I don't know what
this.
you're talking about. I can't hear anything.
I hope you guys, none
Nothing.
of you can hear this because she's going. Actually, I bet that she's playing fucking Monster Hunter or something. Okay. So some part of you somewhere, your instincts, your gut is telling you something's wrong. That's not right. And then that small part, that small voice in the back of your head just kind of gets really close to you and whispers, "Run." And yes, you have a critical, so that means you have a nice moment. You have an easier time to collect yourself. But if you could sweat, you'd be sweating. If you could perspirate, that'd be perspiration.
Uh-huh.
Your diversion, though, does get Priyanka out of the way as you see her kind of like in a way almost like slip into the shadows that exist in between this putty cement you made and pop up closer to you through your own shadow in a sense. And then she'll just look at you and you both book it. She's running up the stairs as it is the closest thing to an exit you have.
Okay, we're going up the stairs.
Mm-hmm. Some of the security details able to follow behind. Some, I would say maybe 2 or 3. You do remember that your target went up the stairs, and kind of okay. A couple more vampires also run. It's super scattered down there, but as soon as you reach up and sort of out of eye line with this creature, you know that it has escaped your magic. You feel it. You feel it deep, deep within you. It has escaped. But it's not coming after you, you think.
Cool. Cool. Love that. All great things.
Mm-hmm. You see there are several like rooms that you can assume are like normal hotel suites, and people are running in and closing and locking, like that kind of thing, just in an attempt to hide or privacy or just something. And out of the corner of your eye you see Christmas tree make a sharp turn in the far east.
Cool. I look to Priyanka. Should I go after him? I really want to go after him.
She does not stop you. I'm assuming you're booking it down the hall.
Uh-huh.
You're going down. Not down as in lower level, but down as in down the hall. Running on carpet, moving past the wallpaper till it turns into a blur. You have supernatural speed. It does not take you long to catch up. You see your guy enter a suite. You could attempt to run in as he closes it. Because remember, you are you are as equally as naturally fast as this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And for the record, you were never given really a name for this guy. You just
Perfect.
you just know him based on the information that Priyanka was able to give you. And if you would like, you can do a contested like strength athletics to grab the door, maybe, or dexterity. Um,
Dexterity. I'm specifically going to try and scramble in through the door before he gets in.
yeah,
And then, just to keep you on the same page, we're going for the beg for my life.
of
In
course.
heavy air quotes.
Um, so I'll allow you to do either stealth or athletics with the dexterity, just because you could totally slip in um in that
Mm-hmm.
vibe. But if you would rather use athletics, where it's way more intimidating that way, that also works. Basically choose like a Batman approach or like a Superman approach.
We're going for. We'll go for. We'll go for the stealth. Yeah.
Stealth, dexterity, stealth.
Okay. 3 out of 4 successes.
That's good. You get in. You
Please.
you
Hey.
get in.
Hi, I'm so sorry. I know that you have no idea who I am, but oh my god, something's going on. Please, just let me stay in here, please, please.
Fuck, get in. And
Thank you.
yeah, like he kind of straight up like he says fuck get in, but he's gonna just pull you in. Just because of the dire. I would say aggressively, but at this point, I feel like everyone's coming off aggressive. You're running for your lives.
Uh-huh.
And he kind of does he do it? Yeah, he would. He kind of accidentally slams the door shut. And you kind of like see like the panic, like fuck, because the doors are they're hotel doors. They're so much heavier than you think, right? And it's just you're also vampires. You don't know your strength sometimes, and this is light panic, and then he just locks it and puts on the other lock. The shitty fucking chain, and closes it, and paces a little bit, rubs his hands on his pants as if that was hard work, or not even. It's more like, I guess at this point, it's more like a reflexive thing. Just rub it down your pant legs, put it in your pocket, take it out of your pocket, rub your back of your head. All these things he's doing to kind of almost understand the situation, and he'll look at you and just go, "Do you know what's going on?"
That's it. Best I got is big sloth monster, big wolf monster.
Okay.
Which I don't know what either of those things mean, but
Okay.
they certainly are true, I guess.
Yeah. He will sit on it's a bedroom. It's it's a hotel bedroom. It's really well done up though. Because you're in the upper levels. You got that nice big fucking 2 queen bed type of thing going on. Separate dressers, microwave, complimentary stuff on the side. You get like these I would say suspicious wine bottles, but you know what's in them. You know what I mean? It's like complimentary this, complimentary that, this, all branded for, Le Chateau du Lion. It's all like fancy this, fancy that. Really nice bathroom. All of this kind of stuff. And then, he like looks at you, and just goes, "Did you come with someone? You look kind of young."
I get that often. Yeah, Yes, I am with. Well, I'm with Chester, if you know who that is.
I don't fucking know it. No. All right. Okay. So you got separated. That's fine. I got separated too. Um. Shit. 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 I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Never been in anything like this before. Do you have you?
Honestly, no. I have no idea what to do.
Um, and he kind of paces from the door to the bed, like the nearest bed, closer to the door. He'll sit, he'll get up, he'll look out the peephole, then he'll go back and sit and freak out quietly, and then get up and look back at the peephole. You know, it's just it feels quite like a really drawn out long time. It's I would say you actually can't tell how long this happens or how long you allow this to happen.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So much freaking out. Honestly, if I can't think of a better thing to do than I guess wait it out. I don't know. I guess we can try to relax, make the best of it. It sounds really callous, but also let's look at what we're up against.
He just nods, and I'm gonna allow you to make a because you're way more calmer than he is. I would say this guy's scared shitless. So I'd say you can do a manipulation, um, persuasion if you want to get something out of him. If you actually want to calm him down, I would say charisma, or composure, and persuasion. It really just
No, no,
depends.
no. What's manipulation and persuasion?
Okay.
I am going to be trying to get this man very drunk or the vampire equivalent of drunk.
Yeah, you do have those bottles there.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That is 3 successes out of like 7.
Okay. So I'm not gonna. So you would, if you want to get him drunk, like vampire equivalent of drunk, you're gonna have to spend some time with this person. And time is nebulous, as in what could happen next, but time is passing. Um,
Mhm.
if you, but you can totally get some information out of him.
We're gonna play the long game here.
You play the long game. So I'd say, in because time is passing, I will remind you of that. So it'll take some unnecessarily casual talking, and
Oh yeah.
occasionally you guys will have to like hide or something because you'll hear something coming, and then you just stay as quiet as you can. So you
This
can
is
ask like
exactly what
3
I was
questions.
hoping for.
Yeah, you can ask 3 questions, and I'm not going to tell you how much time passes because you're very focused on this, but time will pass.
Cool. That's kind of what I was expecting. That's on purpose. First question I'm gonna ask is what he does for a living, I guess.
That's really so he will did you hear the loud scream?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, she's playing Monster Hunter and she's going ape shit. Okay. Take some time. Eventually opens up to you and he says, actually work at the West End. I represent a lot of the public schools down there. High schools.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah. Everybody's got to make a living.
Mhm.
You must be making a real difference, huh? Really care about those kids, don't ya?
Oh, like I care about fucking walking flesh bags. Blood is blood at the
Yeah.
end of the day. I have a question. Do you want to push that specifically though?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I'm like,
So
I
you're
feel like
telling me that you work with these faces every single day and don't care about a single one of them?
not a single one. These kids are the bottom of the barrel. They're never gonna amount to anything. So I mean, like, truthfully, between you and me, no one's gonna care if some snot-nosed brat from the west side goes missing. They're either gonna get shot or stabbed anyways. Maybe they'll end up homeless, and then I'll pick them up that way. These things don't necessarily matter. Highest bidder, though, usually does.
I guess you're right. These flesh bags, as we are wont to call them, don't really matter much. They're nothings. Nobodies.
Mm-hmm.
So what does it say about you who feeds off the nobodies? I dig my stiletto nails into his shoulder ever so slightly. Would anybody care
I
if
don't
someone
feed
who
off
fed
of
off
them.
nobodies was
I don't
gone?
feed. I don't feed off of nobodies. I sell them.
Even better.
It's real easy to traffic unwanted kids, and he kind of looks at you when he says that. It's real easy to traffic unwanted kids that show a little too much skin because they want attention.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
I can see how that'd be real, real easy. I do dig my nails in further, and at this moment, ooh, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? Because I still got one more question.
You do have one more question.
Mm-hmm. You certainly do have a lot of opinions about these nameless, about these faceless flesh bags who show a little too much skin, etc. I have just one question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
And
remember
what
a
is that?
single one of their names?
Yeah, actually, one of them, Stephanie.
Well, then I guess I gotta figure out how this works. Whatever I'm doing, I say this is for Stephanie, and then I do the thing I'm going to do. I just gotta make sure I understand how this works. Killing the fun narrative moment for mechanical reasons.
Yeah, no, totally fine.
Alrighty. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I understand. This is not immortal, which means this is not going to do the same thing. But for sake of impact, I would like to say this is for Stephanie as I take my nails and dig them into the sides of his throat. Knowing I'm not going to kill him, just going to ensnare him.
I believe. I guess throwing hands counts as a weapon, right? I didn't think about because Bear throws hands, but Bear has something special for that. Guess that'd be like a. Yeah, it would be. I'm just gonna, for the narrative's sake, make because this is a pretty intense one. You can make a strength brawl or strength melee roll.
Cool. We're going with melee. If I don't drop my dice everywhere. Okay, yeah. That's 4 successes out of 4.
Dope. Goes right in. Clean, honestly. Until you pull it out, and then it's blood. Almost like a leaky faucet, but no, I should say like a leaky faucet. No, it would be like a leaky faucet when I'm thinking about the motion. And this does not kill him. Does wound him. It's aggravated for sure, lightly, but it's there. And he kind of just grabs both arms around his neck and flings backwards. And you see him
what,
kind of
babe?
desperately, like his hands are slipping, but he goes to unlock the door and open it.
Feeling a little pain? A little too rough for you?
You need to make me. You need to make me a wits or resolve, and then give me an awareness. Your choice.
Okay, we're gonna go with resolve. And awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, that is actually no successes.
No successes. You don't. Okay. You're really into this, is the best way to put it. This guy pissed you off. Or you're just really. You want to kill him. You
Yeah.
want to kill him. That's safe to say. That's the safe assumption.
Oh, yeah.
And dare I say, you follow him out the door as he kind of stumbles out, because is it safe to assume that you perhaps like the chase a little bit in this case?
A lot of it.
A lot of it, yeah. So you follow him out. Well, this hallway looks worse. Looks even more so as he's like occasionally touching the wall with his bloody hands and stumbling and falling. And you're somewhat, I want to say, a couple feet behind him.
Oh, yeah. Let's be clear at this point. I'm not running. I'm walking.
Yeah. You're building it up. Maybe you're dragging your nails along the wallpaper.
Uh-huh.
You're having
You
fun
get
with
the vision.
it. Of course. I love a little bit of feminine rage, but like you're feeling it. Is the best way to put it. And when he gets to a certain point of the hallway, you see him get snatched right from the side, pulled by some force of something. Violently pulled, even. So almost like he got tackled, but instead of being pushed to the wall, he's pulled. This guy literally turns into a V and gets pulled. Like that is the motion of his body. Pulled down the hall. You ripped into his throat, so you can't hear anything but gurgles. But there is a light at the end of the hallway that kind of shows you what happens next. And honestly, being bent into a V is the best way to describe what the shadows tell you. And it's bent into a V by something big and long. You got some time. What would you like to do? You have the room you can run back to hide in. You have another hallway you can run down.
I just need to look at a thing real quick. I know what I'd like to do. Alrighty. Yeah. I am going to shadow cast and do my best to disappear down the hallway.
So you gotta make a roll for that.
I gotta make a rouse check.
Check your rouse, please.
A successful rouse check!
Oh. you're focused, but focused in a different way now. You, what does it look like as you're escaping?
As I am escaping, you see, we'll start from the nails, the fingertips just bleed into shadow that consumes the entirety of Ava's form. Even the frills and sparkle of her dress are completely lost in shadow, and it is as if Ava has become darkness itself. And I just fucking book it.
Um, you go down the hall. And in this form, I would say you're able to kind of understand what this hallway now looks like. It's covered in some strange slime. And slime is the best way to describe the texture of it. It really just looks like caked on Vaseline, if I'm being honest. Like caked on, like you grabbed a handful and slapped it on a railing. And once you reach a certain parts, you begin to see almost like an explosion of viscera and gore hanging from the ceiling, stuck on walls, decorating the hallway. Hell, there's a fucking spin, like as if someone grabbed like a towel doused in blood and just spun it like this, as it kind of the way it splatters, the motion of it. And then you see the rest of Priyanka's security detail. And then you see some snake jewelry. But you don't see Priyanka. You do, however, see a barricaded-ish, closed doors to a very fancy-looking sign called, like, the lounge. And you can feel the cold air coming from it, and perhaps like that it is ajar.
Oh boy. I'm not going to just blindly go in, but I will peek my head around the corner of that ajar door, using the shadows to my advantage to stay relatively hidden.
Make me a dex stealth.
Yeah. Okay, that's one success.
You try. You I would say you're able to get in before you're met in the face with, I would say, the barrel of a gun. Um as you see another security detail, honestly, but it's not Priyanka's. You know that for a fact. Does not look like anything like hers. Um and just the guy goes, "How the fuck did you get in?" And when you turn, you see through your like peripherals on the side, you see Mommy, Bear, Frankie, and Chester sitting in a kumbaya circle, interrupted from their conversation. And we're gonna take our break, and when we do, we're gonna figure out what this kumbaya circle was talking about before you joined. And I am gonna go attack my sister for screaming. It's the
Damn.
ambient. Bing, bang, bong, bong. Hello. All right. So, where we last left off, Eva joined the group and then got caught joining the group. As they were talking about something in a kumbaya circle. So I'm gonna move a little bit back in time here. The rest of y'all, Eva, you have not joined the scene. You can chill. But the rest of y'all, you're at the lounge. You're chilling. Umami is getting drunk on drunk, I believe, as you're coming back. Yeah, you're recharging, I would say. Frankie, you filled up your flask. and the rest of you are just generally chilling. You have some time to yourself in a seemingly safe area. Occasionally you hear things, but that's also like so far. It's far off. It's none of your business. Like that kind of thing. You hear it, everybody goes quiet when they hear movement, when they hear um, anything, honestly. The fucking air vent turns on, everyone's like shit for like 3 minutes before they realize, oh, it's just heating, that kind of vibe. Um, you have some time. What would you guys like to do? And if you'd like to restate that you're restocking on things, go for it.
How many bullets do I have in the handgun that I've ended up finding?
I believe I said that you would just roll a d10 and add 1, like plus 1.
Okay.
Imagine rolling a 1.
That would be unfortunate.
Fabs, that was a curse.
No.
Why would
no,
you
no,
speak that
no.
into existence?
Because
Fabs.
like they would hear it and they'd think that that's what they need, or that's what they
I rolled-
want.
I rolled
tell you,
like
you just
a
need one arrow.
BTM D10, which is not helping me. So let's see. 5. Sorry,
5.
there's 5 bullets.
So 6 plus 1.
6.
Six. You have 6 bullets on in the gun that you found. Nice. Anybody else want to restock
Is there
or
any
attempt to
humans?
find something? In here there are no humans. Actually, suspiciously, there are no humans. Because
Okay.
this is the lounge, and this is typically y'all have been to a kindred party. This is the kind of area where there would be an abundance of humans. Suspiciously, there are none. Not even in the back. There are like bottles filled. You know what I mean? Like you have your blood here and there. I would say there's even like a cooler area to keep certain blood relatively fresh. Like high key, you can find parts of a human. Like that's the vibe. But there are no humans, and also no gore, no viscera. So no one here has died. It's very clear no one has died here. The place does look ransacked for the sake of blockades.
Yeah, Chester, you should really try this bag blood stuff. Promise, it's pretty good.
I'm good. You see Chester visibly gags. I'm good.
All right, you're lost.
Bear, I think, is leaning against the door that we came in from with their like arms folded over, and they're kind of like watching Umami, like having gone around the room, drinking the blood, like eyes falling on like each party member going by. But they keep coming back to Frankie. Like every like few moments, the gaze will like flick back over to Frankie, and each time like it darkens a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. Until Frankie like offers the bagged blood to Chester, and Bear kind of gives this really derisive snort, like, You know what taste I really can't stand?
My pizza. From what we discussed.
From what we've discussed, your pizza, your morals.
When Bear says that, I kind of like look away a bit and I kind of shake my head and I'm just like, yeah.
If you're gonna keep standing behind me and letting me take the blows from these fucked up monsters, at least don't shove anyone else underneath the bus.
Hey, listen, Bear, there's a lot of things I've done in my life that I ain't proud of, all right? It's either them or us, and I kind of look around everyone. And I'd much prefer them over us.
You know, we probably could have used her in a fight. Let her put her shoe back on at the very least. Maybe she could actually do some damage.
I mean, it's the heat of the moment. What could I say? You're gonna give me shit for trying to protect my own?
And Bear kind of like pushes up off the wall,
Oh,
like
no.
stands real tall, you
Oh,
know,
no.
like and kind of like does the like look down
Hey,
at
you
you.
always this tall?
Yeah, bud. I always have been this tall. And you know what I see? I see someone who, when I finally go down swinging, you're not ever really gonna step up, are you? You're never gonna be the one on the front line. When I go down swinging, you're gonna crawl over my body and hide behind the nearest person. Use my death to get you out, right? Just like her.
I ain't the same. You can't say that.
No? Can I?
Yeah, you see like Frankie like visibly like feeling like looking a little shaken for being called out and not really knowing what to say because I think deep down he knows it's he's totally it's totally valid. Um yeah, he just kind of like lowers his head and he's just like yeah. I mean, what? What do you suggest that we have done? Like, it's not much what you could have done in that situation. We were gonna get fucked. Either way.
Then we get fucked. At least we die fighting.
You know, I got a lot of shit I gotta do in my life, so I ain't trying to die tonight. I ain't trying to die tomorrow.
It's the point in a bagged blood business if there's no one to drink it.
Someone will drink it.
And Bear, like, kind of finally relents and leans back against the door.
Yeah, as like Bear backs up, you see Frankie like, oh, like, he was like clenching the whole time. Oh, okay. It remind me not to fuck with Bear.
Yeah.
I thought I already told you that lesson. Because I do hate your fucking pizza, too.
Yeah, you made that very clear.
For me, Bear, make, because you're so close to the door, make a, you can make like a resolve awareness check. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's definitely not the most dice I've ever rolled in my life. 2 successes, though.
Okay. I will say the only thing you really would notice is that, well, one, these nosy bitches, these fucking vampires, everybody was watching or paying attention. You especially would be able to meet eyes with Marilyn, who's sitting on the far side, on a couch, watching, kind of like hands cupping her mouth, not like a not like a oh my god, but more like a of interest type of thing, watching this whole little debacle. That's all you really would notice. Chester, Mommy, would you guys like to do anything in particular?
I think I'm still kind of reeling back into coming into my own mind. But I think Umami does chip in or tune in rather during the conversation between Bear and Frankie, and just kind of like a very crooked, off kilter kind of smile of like having their own sort of internal philosophical conversation that like really is like hive mind word salad going on. So they're just kind of like clutching their head and like letting the blood come back into their body, just kind of muttering or like saying a little bit out loud, a little bit not. Well, are we the ones that deserve to be alive over the others? That's an interesting question.
mean, we made it this far. I mean, if anyone's gonna do anything about all this, it's probably us. I hope. Listen, you're not gonna give me shit too, mommy, are you? Fuck.
I'm not giving anyone shit. I mean, I will say, I'm not generally up for putting people who are not involved into the fray.
I think at this point we're all involved, whether we like it or not, so. And listen, I don't like it either. Like, it wasn't easy to do something like that. I ain't happy about it either, but.
And who knows what any of us would have done. I'm not here trying to shit on you for that.
Oh, I appreciate it. You always see the good in me when even though I'm a fucking piece of shit, right?
You're still a piece of shit, so.
Yeah, but like a less stinky piece of shit than other pieces of shit. I don't know. Forget it.
I'm not gonna lie. I see the merit. Both. I see the merit of fighting your way out to die or choosing your own. Let's be honest. We're all kindred here. We do the fucking same. Bear, I respect you a lot. But the Baron couldn't even do it for his own kind or wife, for that matter. I guess what I'm saying is we can't be above each other since we're in the same boat right now. Maybe after we get out.
Alright, fine, Frankie, I'll fight you outside your hotel. Fine, Frankie, I'll fight you outside your fucking restaurant again. Save it till we're out of this.
No.
For now.
Alright.
I'm not at fault. Well, I'm not at fault. Obviously, I got some stuff from her bag. Knowing that she's a thin blood, maybe we can use some of the things. Apart from the vial that slakes hunger, what, again, could you remind me again what else we got? Because it was like a lip balm or something.
A tampon in there.
I don't think there was a tampon, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Like if there wouldn't be, but at the same time, I'm like, do vampires have periods? This is something I didn't think about.
It's to
That'd
plug
be
the
so
bullet
horrible.
holes.
Can you imagine? Can you? No. Can you fucking imagine?
I would be so fucking
I would
mad
be so upset.
if I got turned into a vampire and I still had my. That would be
No, because if you
utterly
Forever?
fucked.
If you
Utterly
get turned,
fucked.
If you get
Like,
turned
deeply
before
fucked.
fucking menopause. If you
I
get
don't-
turned
I
before
don't think
fucking
so.
menopause, that's an eternity of having a period.
Oh,
The good part
God.
about getting old is that it goes away.
Vampire logistics. How do they work?
Oh my goodness. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about it like that. Now I am gonna think about it like that. I'm just gonna
join
say
the
no.
Discord and let's talk about this.
Let's talk
I'm
about
just gonna
vampire
discuss.
periods.
Yeah,
What are
You
your
guys schedule
thoughts?
once a month, like, hey, everyone, you want to come over? Like, there's like a whole bunch of blood for people to.
Oh no!
Awful.
That is a homebrew predator type.
Oh, yeah.
The
Oh my
depraved.
God.
Keep a list, yeah.
It's called the cycle.
But
Continue.
going. Oh god. Going back, what
Should
are
I see a
these?
spreadsheet? A spreadsheet
The
of
shark.
everyone's like, yeah.
do I have to make a check
Ugh.
to figure out what the other things are?
I would say yes. Since this is not your purse. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Or these are not your items. You
Yeah,
wouldn't
of
know.
course.
So I would
Uh,
say intelligence and investigation makes the most sense.
Can
I
I
do
do
it too?
occult maybe?
You could do occult if you're looking for occult specific items, and yeah. And as an occult specific items, I would include things like materials for thin blood, alchemy.
Okay,
you
sure.
know, stuff like that.
I'll do occult. While Umami probably would do.
Mm-hmm.
3 successes on an intelligence investigation.
6.
Mm-hmm.
Messy critical for a
Mhm.
for 8
For,
successes.
for 8 successes. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do investigation first. There are a lot of just standard things, honestly. You find, you know, like she's got a pen that looks like a pen. She's got lip balm that looks like lip balm. You actually have her phone. I would
Oh,
say
shit.
you
Okay.
you grabbed her phone. You have a cellular device, and if I would say with 3 successes, you go and you check it. I would say it's about like I would say it's about a solid 52%. But you notice you got bars. The rest of your phones don't. Somehow, she does.
I'm gonna leave the electronic stuff to
Hmm.
Umami.
Mm-hmm. And other than that, I would say it really is just miscellaneous stuff. There's some makeup in there. There's like fucking setting spray. You know, it was all like wrapped up in there for stuff for our occult baby. You kind of, I guess, like Umami's like checking things and putting them down, and then you pick them
Can
back up.
I?
Mhm.
Yeah, can I have hacking for a technology
Mm-hmm.
specialty. Like, is her phone locked?
Of course, it's locked. Of fucking course, it's locked in Toronto. If
Yeah, I was gonna say.
in Toronto you don't lock your phone, it deserves to be stolen. Like that's it. That's it.
Could
Even the
I
elderly fucking know. Oh my goodness.
could I start fucking around with her phone
Yeah.
trying to unlock it? Okay.
Yeah, roll what would that be? Intelligence. What does hacking fall under?
Technology.
Technology, right? Yeah. Okay, so do your intelligence plus technology plus your hacking, and then I'll give you some answers afterwards. Boop boop boop. So every time Umami like puts something down, you pick it back up because you need to check it as well, right? And so besides like the little shot thing, because that one I feel like was a very obvious tell for you. As a blood sorcerer, you know that this can quench thirst. And I would say with that roll, you'd be able to tell that this is actually recently like drawn from a source type of fresh, just put in a bottle. So I won't count it as bagged, but like it totally could be counted as bagged for our baggies, and I would count it as fresh for the freshies. Honestly, just because of the unique properties of this thing and the fact that it's just so cute. This bottle's cute. It also doesn't look like it's enough to quench you, like you know, to make you feel good, but like
It's
based on your
deceptive.
role, yeah, it is deceptively made to look like perfume, like a little travel perfume spray. That's what it
Mhm.
looks like, but cuter. Open up the pen. The pen is the shit that has some of your has the meth. Has drugs in it is the best way to put it. I would say miscellaneous, like it's rolled up and hidden in the pen, kind of thing. Could you potentially blaze it? Of course. There is also straight up a vape pen. I should state because I remember I said it last time and I
Mhm.
forgot to add
Hmm.
it in, but it's a vape pen with miscellaneous drugs in a regular looking pen. And the lip balm is just lip balm. You have a distinct feeling that this lip balm tastes good though. Kind of like when you put on cherry flavor, you know, like a flavored like lip balm, and you lick it, you're like, that's not bad. In this case, I feel like, oddly enough, because y'all are vampires, you feel like this would taste good. It wouldn't quench nothing. It's just there. Just a
So the
that's not
drug.
bad.
So the drugs are drugs,
Drugs are drugs.
and then the vape is just a vape.
Vape is a vape, yeah.
Okay.
But it is miscellaneous drugs. So if you go like, is there like, I don't know, amoxicillin? I'll be like, yeah, sure. Like I'll just be like, yeah, what you
Okay.
need. crushed up Tylenol. There you go. Like, you know, just a bunch of random things, miscellaneous stuff.
Okay.
All for her use. And then the one thing that should be it. I will say with your occult stuff, you're surprised that all of this can fit in a clutch. You do not have the clutch. Could be a mechanical thing, like maybe this purse is also deceptive. You don't know, but you're just surprised. You're like, the fuck. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that should be it.
I'm gonna just saunter over to Umami and said, like, it's a break glass in case of emergency, and I hand them the vial.
Yeah. Can I get the vape too?
Yeah, take all of it. I don't. What am I gonna do with meth?
You can do a lot with it.
I feel like the worst question is, what would Umami do with meth? Maybe we don't.
I got a 5 on opening the phone.
So cracking open this phone, the password is not like you easily disable it essentially, or you figure out what the password is just by like process of like
Uranus.
Yeah, like, you know, it's one of those vibes. It's like okay, kind of things going on. It's not too hard. The phone, honestly, it feels like this is a young woman's phone. You know, there's lots of apps on it.
It's TikTok. Snapchat.
Of course,
she's got a lot of dress-up games.
Yeah, of course. How else you gonna de-stress in these trying times? Okay, Love Nikki's getting like a whole ass RPG too.
Does she play Pokemon Go? Like,
absolutely.
It looks like she got pretty far into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
I want to like look into her any potential encrypted emails or like notes or anything ridiculous. Basically to look into why she has connection.
Okay. I'll give you like some summaries.
Okay.
General things you see is like you'll see like when you go into like the email app, like an Outlook or something like that, and you can connect your many different emails. You'll see that there's like a personal, there's a burner, there is a work email, there's a student email, like just all like lined up. I would actually say there's actually, you can tell these are like recently came in, but like other than that, it's pretty clean. Checks them all, reads them all, gets rid of like deletes the stuff that's in junk or whatnot. Like it's a pretty like good general upkeep of these emails. And when you check, like burner email is literally a burner email. It'll be like penis pills, and then it'll be like, here's your receipt from Urban Behavior. You know, like it's like that is the vibe of the burner. Personal email, there's emails between her and family members. Straight up mom, you know, like she calls her mom in the goddamn email, like you can tell. Emails between clients, you can assume, on a work email. What she does for work, it's like freelance hell is the best way to put it. Freelance hell. This bitch do everything. There's photography, somehow graphic design. It's like when you get the label artist and you have to do it all.
No wonder why she has meth.
Mm-hmm. Just unfortunate. And you can tell that she's at least employed in work. You could totally see some of like in the gallery. Her art's not bad. Her photography is actually probably the best, like vibe wise. And then occasionally you're going to see a few other emails where it's like this. It's weirder. It's more like it's like you read the emails and you're like, this should be a text message. You know, it's like K send. Like that kind of vibe. And even then, the sender's email is real BS, honestly. Like it's keyboard slam at yahoo.com. Like it's like real like ominous. So you can tell that she's doing other work on the side as well. You do know that she is the wife of a baron, so she's clearly doing more things. You're not sure what things though.
Somehow Is she on a hotspot or something, or is there like a specific network that she's on that is bypassing all of the like
Mhm.
signal shutdown?
It is a hotspot. That's
Okay.
we're able to tell. However, the hotspot has the name of it is honestly a keyboard slam. But you will find actually um, a so on the phone case, right? It's like it's one, like you can just slip it, right? And in the phone case, maybe you moved it around while you were like figure like finagling with it. So like a card, like a business card thing comes out. And you see that it has actually the hotel's business card. And instead of like on the back where it actually would say complimentary Wi-Fi, here's the name, here's the password, it's like scratched out and
Oh,
written.
crazy.
It's
I hate you so much.
oh my god. But yeah, it's scratched out and it's filled in with something else.
Fabian Lele Rockets.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm further inspecting it.
Mm-hmm. You can easily like deduce like this keyboard slam. That's the hotspot, like the hotspot. That's the password for the hotspot. And she has bars. I would say the bars are not like the reception's not great, but she does Wi-Fi. Um, and when I say it's not great, it's simply because you're in
Yeah.
a skyscraper. You're like a penthouse level, so
Okay.
just distance at
I
this point. But she's got it. The rest
I'm
of you
gonna
still
keep
don't.
all of this information on me and on my own phone. I'm gonna try to get onto the hotspot with the password.
You can get in, and then it takes you to like when you sign into hotel Wi-Fi, it'll take you to another window, and it'll be like room number, whatever, whatever, whatever. In this case, you get sent to um, a screen that is meant to be done up very similar to what the hotel's Wi-Fi is, and it gives you essentially like a nice welcome page, and then it goes um, uh, as a personal survey. Please select which of the categories you fit in under, and it states factions plus human.
Hmm. What was Stephanie's husband's name was what again? Was that
He was Baron
Maximus something.
Maximus.
Maximus?
Gluteus.
The name gets
Maximilian
you.
Pegasus.
Maximus Maddox. There you go.
Okay,
I'm sorry. His name is so close to everything else.
I'll type in Maddox.
Um, it just reads error. Like it's
Okay.
not a typable. Well, actually, no. There is a other option. It would just kind of read error in this case.
Okay. I'm gonna hold on to all of this, and I'm thinking about it very hard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for some reason, either just Stephanie or Maddox included this faction in particular. There may be specific people that had access to connection. But even my shit is completely... I don't understand how my shit can get completely wiped.
It makes
Okay.
it makes me feel less and less guilty that Frankie did what he did.
All right, we can...
Hey, look, it's the tomato intuition. I got from my pops. I got it from my no-no.
Right. The intuition that means that we can't actually ask her to her face why the hell she had this.
We can't ask her now, but that just shows she might be alive somewhere. We might be able to save our questions for later.
Okay.
And at this moment, you hear the gun cock. Haha, gun cock. I'm 5.
Tee.
And Ava, you have not even rejoined. You've joined the group.
The how the hell did I get in here question. I'm simply better than you. How's everyone doing?
Oh,
Ava.
good. You're alive.
Jesus.
I know you're at this party, but now that I think about it, makes a lot of sense.
Where did you go?
I went to, do my actual job and hunt a target, creep that had been let into this party. And then I watched him get, folded in half, essentially. It's been a weird one. I'll be real. Anybody want to hit this? She also pulls a vape pen out of her dress that she somehow has not lost track of this entire time.
I'm sorry. Did you say folded in half?
Yeah, like a cheap motel bed. No one said yes, so I'm just gonna put this back in my bra.
In any other occasion, it might be nice to get folded like a cheap motel bed. I don't think this is
No, it was not one of those
What?
occasions.
not one
Damn
of
it,
those
Jason.
occasions.
No. Whatever the fuck it was stole my kill. I'm still kind of mad about that. I had my claws in his neck. I was
But you're
trailing him down
okay.
a hallway. Surprisingly, yes.
Did you see
I
which
don't
one
know.
it was?
The
No.
wolf thing, the
The
bear
bear
thing.
thing.
Oh, I put
There's a
the
slug
wolf
thing,
thing in
apparently,
some
too.
goo for a while. A slug thing? That's worse. Huh. I don't know, guys. Yeah, I shouldn't be chilling, but I'm kind of chilling.
Well, I'm glad one of us is absolutely got it together, apparently. Okay, God.
Sun's almost
I don't
up.
know. I just kind of sat in a room and watched a sad, sad vampire man get drunk for a while and say some weird things about children before
Hmm.
Well, the sun's coming up soon. And this is not. There's a lot more covered areas in this hotel. Do you know of any?
I can find them.
Yeah.
And Marilyn will actually wave y'all over and be like, excuse me. There is tons of areas actually that are a lot more suited for a stakeout, but the only other place on this floor is my personal suite all the way over there, and she points directly east, essentially around the area that you came from, Ava. And she'll go, and then everywhere else requires us to split up, unless we all want to funnel into one room and hope for the best.
Splitting up is not the way to go.
That's an awful idea, Mayor.
So, I suggest we just grab all the furniture here, push it all the way to the front to make a nice bigger blockade, and then we just hide underneath it for a bit. Because I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm feeling very tired. And I would say, actually, could be adrenaline wearing off, could be a bunch of other factors. The state of how tired you guys feel is a bit not normal, I would say. There is tired after a long day. There is tired after using up a lot of adrenaline, and then your body wears out. But you're also vampires. You don't feel hungry, but you feel sleepy.
It's the windows that I'm more worried about.
So who wants to put bets on someone actively trying to genocide like all of us? Because it's starting to feel like someone's trying to genocide like all of us. They put that sloth thing in a silly little box that like folded out. I knew it folded out when I saw it. This feels calculated. That's really my point. This feels like hyper calculated.
It's also
The humans knew what they were doing, putting that the horribly disgusting looking box.
they're also like us. Maybe more like Bear. Somehow.
Do not insult me one more time, Chester.
I don't mean it
It does
that
feel
way.
rude.
I mean
You don't want to
They-
cross Bear right now.
they have the
Let me tell
ability
you.
to take more animalistic forms, is what I'm saying.
They're kindred.
And they're kindred.
They are technically kindred.
That's objectively worse. Yeah. That means, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong on this math, but that means not only are we dealing with humans who want us dead and know how on an immediate scale, we're dealing with humans who want us dead and know about us in, like, a personal way. And that's a
Or-
whole lot worse.
Or wants to get back at Rosemary to some degree.
Or the humans are just ghouls. And it's
Where's
just
Something knows
Rosemary,
enough
by the
about
way?
us to kill us
it's a good question.
artfully.
Something knows enough about us to transform us against our will.
That's news. Okay. Sick nasty.
fucking dragons.
Rosemary's in this room, right?
No, Marilyn.
Oh, just Marianne.
Oh, Rosemary was.
Yeah, Rosemary.
Yeah,
this is
Rosemary was
Rosemary's like little hideout.
Yeah.
Still with us?
Sorry,
Oh.
I muted myself. Yes, Rosemary is in this room. Marilyn has been comforting her.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and there is a couple of Rosemary's guards. You only know one of them, the Nosferatu named Crispin, who is chilling here as well with y'all. But yes, y'all are getting actually, I would say Rosemary's knocked out cold. She was being
Okay.
comforted, so that bitch got knocked out.
At some point, if y'all want to ask her some questions, it can be very persuasive. We need some answers.
Shut up, Tony Soprano. I'll be nice to her.
What the voice changer?
I will give y'all a couple things here. You're
All of the
feeling
answers.
you're feeling very tired, like I said. So here is the deal: you need to basically move now, as in you figure out what you want to do now. You want to stay here? How safe do you want to make this place? Do you want to attempt to stay up? Do you want to, like to move? This is kind of the time to make it, because you feel like if you continue to, if you don't do something, it might it might not be great when you eventually give out.
Was it Rosemary? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I have an idea of a plan, but I'd want to run it by everyone. I say
Yeah, I
for
just-
now. Go ahead.
Oh, I said like a question, like a clarifying question, because I think last session was it Rosemary that said, because this may like affect our plans. Rosemary said something about like she had a landline on another floor or something that we
Yeah.
could have like a way to
Marilyn-
reach out.
Marilyn has a landline in her room, which is
It's
on
all in the
east
east
side,
side.
Even better.
where
I see,
Ava
okay,
came from.
okay.
So yeah.
Bear's
Yeah.
truck is
So if
also
we wanna
parked
go-
that
So
side.
we need to
Yeah.
get. It would be more beneficial for us to get to Maryland, your
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, Marilyn's place, Umami, you know for a fact, because you've been there many times. Marilyn lets you nap there when you need to. It is quiet. It is completely modernized, like in terms of like the facilities and stuff, excluding the landline that she has which is like I would say it looks like an antique phone, but it's there just in case shit like this happens. She has something. It's got no windows. It's got it's got a lot of her like good dresses and jewelry and all that stuff. It has weapons. And it of course is usually well stocked with like I would say blood bags, I guess. They're more like bottles, along with regular shit. Marilyn's someone who can eat regular food. Um, so it's stocked with a bunch of other things as well. But, it's a good place to hide. You would be safer than you are in here. That's on the other side.
Okay, yeah. Then I'm gonna stick to the plan I had, which is you all seem exhausted and I know I am exhausted. I say, as the sun rises, we stay here, sleep in shifts, and as soon as dusk hits, we head for the east side. Back towards Marilyn's room.
That's gonna
Best
have to
bet.
be it.
Whoa.
I don't think I could mow down anything if we find whatever folded your not a friend in half in the hallway, Ava. So I think that is a good plan. Hold out for the day and get moving as soon as dusk hits.
Are there closets in this area, or like heavy tables or something?
Yeah. Tons of stuff, tons of furniture, there. I wouldn't say tons of closets, but there are like that's where they have to keep a lot of the supplies cold and stuff like that. Um, there are pretty decent amount of supplies here actually to kind of keep you relatively sustained, including furniture that does not move. So if you wanted a more comfortable place to sleep, there is that. That's where Rosemary's at actually with Marilyn. They're like sitting in that. I would say it's like a VIP lounge esque type of thing, but obviously no one gives a shit anymore. Um, there are windows, but they are covered with thick curtains. I would say like that was a precaution that Rosemary's guards did. Um, but you can cover them up more if you wish. And yeah, lights, all that kind of stuff. It really is just this was like the equivalent of like a really nice bar lounge at an airport. Like that kind of vibe. But instead it's in a hotel. This is not even like a clubbing lounge. This is a like chill one.
Um, Alright, well, it seems like we don't really have much of a choice. And it's best that we are all fresh and ready and prepared. And hopefully, maybe, by tomorrow, whoever wasn't invited might catch wind and send for help and make it easier for us. So,
Any way you can get a message out on that phone, Umami?
Yeah. I'm gonna try to. I have like a good old 4 contact. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna try and get just a couple lines out to see if I can get any more support, specifically on the east side of the hotel. Eventually, at some point, if there's anyone that has any information about like the things that I give them, as far as like there are these creatures, suppose maybe after Santos, any enemies after blah blah blah. Like I try to get any information out that I can on my usual contacts.
Please roll for me charisma, and you can give me etiquette You could give me persuasion. You could give me fucking finance. Politics, if you really wanted to.
Streetwise?
So the issue with Streetwise is the questions that you're asking would,
Yeah.
yeah, like it would not come to people who would necessarily know this.
Okay.
This is something that if y'all as a collective with your collective years have never seen, and Marilyn with her collective years has never seen, there's a high chance that the youngers would not understand.
I'm gonna do charisma and politics.
Okay.
3 successes.
You have the baron. You have some barons, or like secretaries to a baron's, on your phone contact. You know. Ironically, if you chose to contact Maximus's one, Stephanie's phone rings.
Ugh.
So if you were ever trying to get a hold of him, you would
Don't
clearly
marry
talk to
your secretary.
Stephanie. Yep, and you were clearly talking to Stephanie. The only person who picks up on a barren end, if that is who you're trying to really get to, would be Marcus. And you don't get a call. You're getting text because it's just a lot safer to text. And Marcus is clearly just as confused as you. Essentially, this is weird. Marcus has actually seen less of what was going on. Marcus straight up hid and has been hiding and has stayed hidden with their people. So, but what you know is that Marcus is still on the first floor, hidden somewhere. They've barricaded like several like you know those connecting hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Like the ones
Suites.
with the door in it. They have those they have like 2 suites under complete lockdown, so they're able to funnel in a couple people. They have humans though. The on Stephanie's phone, if you still have it open,
Yeah.
you will find a group chat that is active. This is like a group chat if you were to quickly make it on Discord, so it's just got a letter up in the front, and its name is every single motherfucker who was added to it.
Okay.
And in this group chat is a lot of panicking. Essentially, people going, "What's happening? What's going on? Did you see that monster? My partner got eaten. What? I don't know what's happening. There's blood everywhere." One of them is very frantic about it entering its room. It's just a lot of panicking. And then occasionally you will notice a pattern. There is one contact who just states, "Get to the 3rd floor, it's the safest. Get to the 3rd floor, we have it covered. Get to the 3rd floor, we'll be safe there."
Is this Maximus's people?
This is, you don't know.
Huh. And are we on the 2nd?
You're on the 2nd.
Okay.
And it's like it's I would say there's something unnerving about it being there amidst a lot of people very frantic. There are people straight up going like, you know, like saying goodbyes in this chat.
Ugh.
You know, like it's a lot of frantic people. There are people sharing information from where they're located, who they're with. Couple humans from Marcus's group even states where they are, so you know where Marcus's location is. Should you choose to trust this information. And then there is 3rd floor is safe.
Okay. Do I know any of the names that are saying 3rd floor?
You have no idea. Only one person's staying 3rd floor. You don't know what it is.
All right.
In fact, it's like the profile picture is like it's like just the fucking naked person, like, you know, like the little icon you get when you're in Facebook.
Yeah.
You don't put, it's like that. It's empty. It's the name that pops up just it's like L That's all that shows up. A letter.
Okay.
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 L is the letter, actually. There you go. That shows up, and that is the only message they say. They say different variations of it, but that is essentially the message you get. You will also notice that Stephanie has not sent anything to this group chat. Likely did not know it exists. You actually wouldn't be able to tell if the existence of it is known or not, because you just cannot scroll back far enough to figure out when the fuck this group chat started. This like Facebook
Yeah.
Messenger shit that just pops up out of nowhere, and everybody else like at some point seems generally confused as you do.
Okay. Well, more and more things confirm that people know what's going on to whatever degree. Let's just set up camp. Let's get some shut-eye.
We're doing shifts, I heard.
Yes.
Also, on Stephanie's phone, any phone actually, you can tell that the sun is basically rising. You're on a skyscraper; it rises faster.
Yeah.
So you got to get this shit locked down. You feel tired. You feel extra tired, once again, and so you can like there will be several shifts that don't need to be covered by all because of the sheer amount of people in the room. It's just you just wake them up and whatnot. So what will happen is y'all can buddy up if you wish. You can choose your buddy, if you even want a buddy. Though it's highly recommended that you have at least one
We
other
should buddy.
person, right? So
We
you can
should
choose
buddy
your
up.
buddy,
We should just
and
all
I will
spoon.
just. And then I'll make you roll accordingly. Are you barricading the doors? There's really only one set of doors
Oh,
to
yeah, we
barricade.
are.
Yeah.
Just double checking. that.
Barricading. It's in the name.
But
Can I actually check for vents and maybe barricade that as well?
Yeah, you totally can. I would say you don't have to roll for this. You can feel it, right? Especially if you're looking or for things already, y'all can find them. They're air vents. Like you can find maybe I want to say 3 small ones, like one at the bottom of like the floor in some corner, one at the top corner somewhere, and then right near the bar there is a bigger one that's like a circle. Sort of like if they were to grill anything or whatever.
Like an exhaust port.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And you can attempt to block them off. I will say you'll definitely find at least one roll of duct tape. That's probably your best bet at blocking them.
That'll have to do.
Yeah.
Can Marilyn and I go first? Like first watch?
Mm-hmm. By the way, if you wish to get NPCs, don't worry about it. Like I'll give it to you. But if you wish to buddy up with people in the party, that's also fine. Just keep the idea that multiple watches are going to happen because you essentially have to go throughout a whole day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so yeah, Mommy wants Marilyn.
Yeah, Chester, you want to buddy up?
Sure.
Ava, are you ready for another coffee Instagram weekly update?
Yep. What a wonderful time it's gonna be. Yeah, of course.
Okay, dope. Those will be the only ones around. I just dropped it in our chat, who's for my sake, but also who's with who. And we'll just go in that order, actually. So Marilyn and Umami will be first. The rest of you are resting. Unless you choose to stay up, let me know, because then you have to make a different roll. As for my watchers, I'm going to need resolve and awareness. You can also give me wits and insight. The insight roll would be on focusing on any, I would say, like exteriors, like literally like monster noises, people screaming, like that. I would say that is you're looking for an attack, whereas the awareness and stuff is just a general watch. So you can either focus on like 100% like the sounds related to your safety, or you can focus on everything.
I'm gonna do the resolve awareness.
Mhm.
Only 3 successes.
That's good. Marilyn was focusing on attacks in this case and got 4. You are both. So people are like sleeping. There are more comfortable furniture, lounge chairs and stuff that can't be moved. So it's like, I'm assuming y'all got funneled over there, like that kind of vibe. And Marilyn and you are a bit closer to the door, but Marilyn will specifically make you and her sit by the bar area. So that way, should something burst through, you have somewhere to hide with her. And she will fucking straight up tell you that. Because if they burst through, maybe it'll go after the sleeping people. Like,
Oh my
that's the
god.
vibe. The what you hear under was 3 successes, right? Nothing moves. Nothing. The curtains do its job in terms of keeping out the light, though you can kind of feel its heat. Just if you focus on it, the sun has risen, and this place is not a death trap for y'all. Actually, if the curtains were open, it's not like a rounded window type of scenario. Um, so you would it's not horrible if it was open. It would probably be anxiety inducing, but not something that will keep you trapped forever, especially the VIP lounge is the safest with no windows at all, minus air vents. And that's kind of like the general vibes. Nothing moves, nothing shifts, nothing does anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just it's a chill time. Marilyn will point out things that she hears, though, at some point. You're not sure why you didn't pick up on this, like maybe because you were so focused on everything else, but she swears she hears something slamming multiple times, and when she points it out, then you can pick it up. You can hear the slamming. It's literally like bam, bam, heavy, bam, bam. Not slamming on the floor per se, but just
Is
bam.
it? Can we hear it on this floor, or is it
Absolutely.
like?
You hear it on this floor, not in your little cubby corner though, because the bar
Okay.
is like here's stairwell, here's an area, and then the bar gets tucked in its one area. The lounge, I mean, gets tucked in its one area. So you're assuming it's all the other rooms, just bam, 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 bam. And it continues, I want to say, up until the next shift, where when Chester and Frankie are waking up, they can also hear just quieter, more muffled, but bam, 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 bam. Not upstairs, sorry, downstairs.
It's looking for people.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything you want to say to Marilyn before sleep takes you, essentially?
I will ask my boss like how she's generally just doing, because we haven't caught up with each other, I guess, just mentally, emotionally. Not that I'm like fantastic at it, but I'm just sort of like, I mean, Marilyn, are you doing all right?
I mean, I can't say that I haven't been through worse this time. This is new. This is pretty bad. Um, I'm. I think. I think surface level, I'm fine. And I think I need to stay fine for a little bit longer. I can freak out about literally everything else. My life's work, the rest of his hotel, and then what perhaps human authorities will think of this.
We're gonna find out how the fuck this happened. We're gonna get a long laundry list. Bill the motherfuckers who will be paying for all this, and we will go on vacation.
Yes, we will. that might be the only thing truly keeping me going. How are you doing? Because you did, the bleeding. You bled a lot. Every orifice.
I'm annoyed, but I am intrigued. I don't know how these people managed to run around under my nose. And I don't know what the fuck this all means for any of us. But I am interested in figuring out what's going on.
There was a time before me. I'm not that old. But there was a time when the humans were very smart in how they hunted us. Messiah used to tell me it all the time. They would stage traps and coups. And they would throw everything at us, from like actual cloves of like fucking garlic to um, poisoning themselves. So if we were to take a bite, we'd also be poisoned. But they would have an antidote. There's a lot of things that they did that they lost over time, just because who's gonna believe in a fucking vampire? Let's be real. Did you see what Twilight did to us?
Oh my god,
It's
Marilyn.
the skin of a killer, Bella. No! No! Goodness.
Okay.
I'm not sure. This feels too smart for them.
It does, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. I'm not sure what we're fighting against. I personally have never had to fist fight multiple humans who were actively hunting us. I've fought a few, but not many, and even then, wasn't much.
Why don't we get some sleep? And we'll continue to figure this out.
We will. We will. We'll at least be safer in my room. Yep.
Stop telling people I take naps there. They don't need to know that.
But they will if they open. I keep some of your clothes, because you wear some of the most dastardly fucking things, and you cannot be seen exiting. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Go to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna move to the next watch now. Of a Frankie tomato and a Chester potato.
Rolls off the tongue. Before we do our little watch, can I have a little aside convo with Chester?
Yeah.
I guess when everyone's like sleeping, and I got some one-on-one
What
time.
you want to talk about, big boy?
Hey, just need your honest opinion. Did I fuck up back there? I feel like everyone hates me now.
No.
Especially Bear. I mean, I feel like I got on their bad side, and that's not someone I want to get on their bad side,
Bear seems to. The thing about Bear, I feel, is and I really admire, is their connection to humanity. They are humanity at the very least. They it's not pride. It's principle. They believe in themselves, and of course they should. I mean, they're very capable.
Yeah.
I just
I
think
can see that.
I just think that kind of clouds their judgment when it comes to people like us, where we can't necessarily do what they can do, and we have to handle things a bit differently.
The first thing they tell you in culinary school is to make friends with the toughest person in the kitchen. So, I really like Bear, and I thought, yeah, like you said, I really respect Bear, and that they got a lot of heart, So I don't want to get on their bad side, It's I really admire someone who can, put their life on the line for
I could be wrong.
for other people. Some shit, that's shit I can't do, right? Not everyone can be a fighter, so I really respect that, and I don't want to I don't want to make it weird. I don't want to be fucking on anyone's bad side. Yeah, especially someone who can kick my ass with like a finger, right? So
I could be wrong here, but I think it takes a lot more to get on Bear's bad side.
well, I hope so. But yeah, I just want to say appreciate you having my back there. You know, you get it. I feel like out of anyone, you get it. You know, sometimes we got to do bad shit. You know, that I ain't proud of for sure. But you know, sometimes you just get sick of it. You know, people give you a hard time, but then
The expectation.
for doing
the expectation gets exhausting, of course.
For the bad shit that you gotta do. But you know, then we got Kindred out here who fucking kill people and eat them and eat their blood just because they're fucking hungry. And then they're giving me a hard time. You know, it's that bullshit's kind of frustrating sometimes. But I get it.
I admire your principles. I think it's very hard.
Yeah, what's left of them.
It's very hard to hold on to them in our life. I admire you for that. You and Umami.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's what I'm trying to do with this whole bag blood thing. You know, one day maybe I'll be gone, and hopefully that thing will, the Frankie Tomato Empire will stay strong, and maybe I'd have done some good in my little shitty ass life.
Hopefully it'll take a while before we find out, and maybe we can get out of here and survive before we make that a finality.
Yeah, well, here's to hoping, and I cheers you, but I know you don't drink this shit.
And looking around while nobody's like watching, Chester takes the what do you call this? The flask. And takes like a just a disgusted swig. He takes double of it, and it just doesn't really doesn't really do anything for me. I think the older I am, the less it kind of takes effect. I'm just gonna take 2 swigs to eliminate 1 hunger.
Hey, I won't make a believer out of you yet. Just it's not so bad. Wouldn't you try it?
I will allow it. This is fun.
Yeah.
It don't taste good though. I will say.
Yeah.
Just because it's not for you.
Yeah, because I have a feeding penalty too. That it's bag blood is only half for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Frankie, if you've done enough bad shit like I did, it's the things you worry about are, in your terms, probably small tomatoes, right?
Tomato, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, he does this.
Y'all are so cute.
Yeah, and
bonding moment.
and like I'm gonna. This is gonna be stupid. Chester being Chester, that whole thing, Chester kind of leans in and kind of like waits for a signal, because Chester is just stupid. And kind of tries to kiss Frankie.
Let's go. Wait, Frankie, do you consent?
Frankie, it's like he's waiting for consent.
You know what?
Oh yeah.
You know what? Like Frankie, like
Mr.
I think after everything he's been through
Tomato.
today, and it's more like a oh, you know?
Yeah.
We've been dealing with so much shit that this is kind of nice.
And like, yeah, I guess
let's not get too carried away. We gotta be on watch.
True. And yeah, let's do these rolls.
Hey, you know what I tell you? Frankie Tomatoes doesn't taste so bad, right?
Tastes better than that black blood.
Oh my fucking god. Okay, alright, listen. I, goodness. Good fucking lord. Resolve.
Of course, Chester. I was waiting. It's gonna happen at some point.
Yeah, it was gonna happen to somebody eventually.
Yeah.
Hey,
love it.
this is gonna be.
So,
I'm gonna say it now. It's not gonna be the first one. Like, there's 4 more people in this.
I love
all right.
this. I love
Okay, so
this.
next person takes the watch with the. That's how it happens.
Okay, so the roles were resolve and awareness
Yeah.
for everything.
Oh, yeah,
And
the
then
watch.
wits and insight for specifically, I guess, like suspicious shit, so like the monster shit. However, I will give you both an extra D10 because I too really enjoyed the taste of tomatoes.
Listen,
You did fucking everything. You
all you
literally
can
took
eat at
2
Frankie
swings.
Tomatoes.
I got a question though. As for Frankie, what check are you planning to do? Because I will probably do
I'm
the
better
rest.
at wits and resolve. Or sorry, wits and insight.
Okay, I'll do the resolve and awareness because I'm better at that.
Yeah.
And I got a question to the storyteller.
Yes.
Can I use my dots in premonition to help with that?
Yes, that's the one that gives you like when something bad's gonna happen. right?
Exactly.
Thank you. Absolutely, you can use it. I'm so glad I named these sessions after the weekend songs now because like the one I have planned for this one is hilarious.
That's an
Y'all got extra gay.
that's an 8 for me.
8.
Okay, 3 successes and 1 is a crit.
So we'll do the insight one first. When you all woke up, you did hear the doors basically being slammed, and I feel like you can just deduce by how frequent it was, it's doors slamming open, or you can assume. Occasionally, you hear faint screams in the distance.
Ooh.
That is about it. You don't know what, you don't know how, but you hear them. General everything else. So this is Chester stuff. Admits the game. You are still paying attention to everything. You notice when Stephanie's phone goes off a couple times. And you can check it, like, because it'll go off on the screen. You can kind of read it a bit. And so when you do, you see some people are like going, did you hear that? Did you hear the scream? Like just reconfirming what Frankie heard. And then you get one message that you're able to read where it goes, the sun's out and all the doors are open and I can see the sun in the hallway. I'm stuck. And that's it. In terms of everything else that you hear, this floor seems relatively quiet.
What was the name of the user who messaged that I'm stuck?
Like Wallace.
Fuck him.
Yeah, like I don't think you know him at all. I will say though, the user's like image shows up and stuff, so it's like miscellaneous like person, but you can probably deduce vampire. Okay. I will also say, based on like what you know about like let's say Rosemary's crew and other Baron's crew, like you've definitely seen Priyanka's security detail, and you know what Rosemary's security detail looks like, and you know what like the uniforms and stuff like that for the humans, where you can deduce that this person is not with any of them.
Okay.
Near the end of your shift, you hear walking on your floor. Not heavy steps, just walking. And it just goes down the hall. It doesn't bother to stop near your place or anything like that. Your guess, because just as a reminder, your stairwell that goes further up is blocked up here. So you could, so them just walking through, probably headed towards the east. And you can only assume that the east stairwell to go up is fine. That is just under your assumption. You don't feel anything threatening or foreboding coming your way. But with it, 8, I'll let you know when it happens. Just something that you can feel afterwards, like it's a premonition.
Okay.
You don't feel anything now, but it'll be a spidey sense for you, maybe.
Okay.
And that's it. Now let's do our final watch at some nebulous time. Still in the morning. It is Ava and Bear. Do you want to do your rolls first, or do you want to do anything else first?
We can do rolls first.
Rolls first.
Yeah,
so
let's roll. Let's see how we do.
Same thing as last time. Resolve awareness for generally fucking everything, and insight and wits for specifically sus activity, like monster attacks and stuff.
I know my resolve awareness is better.
They're both 4 for me, but GM storyteller, might I try for a wits plus survival? Since Bear has spent a lot of time specifically like listening and hunting, and like using kind of their animal senses, and I would even shoot off an Eyes of the Beast for that if you'd like me to.
Yes, if you're looking for like the monsters and monster activity, absolutely. Yeah, I'll allow that.
Nice, nice, nice. Four successes total for me.
Mm-hmm. And Ava, were you doing just awareness?
Yeah, I was doing awareness and resolve because I have 5 in those.
Yes, yes.
And that is 4 successes for me.
Amazing. Let's do awareness first. In this case, the phone will ring every now and then. Some people are actually doing checks, like I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, like that kind of thing. Some people just started doing checks.
Okay.
One person. Oh no! And then in the middle of your shift, you actually that same person who's like, 3rd floor is safe. Another message. Kind of like routinely, every now and then, I would say. Whether y'all have noticed it or not, just because when people panic, they just start spamming. You see that pop up, and then you see in the chat someone just straight up go, I'm downstairs. It took the Baron. It didn't take me. It didn't touch me. I don't know what's happening. I'm just lying here.
Like the Baron Marcus?
You guys can text back if you really wanted to.
Oh, I would look to Bear in like probably near panic and okay, you're gonna have to talk me down from this because my heart of hearts, I want to go get them. Not only do we have the opportunity to rescue someone, but more importantly, they have vital fucking information.
And Bear also kind of looks a little like they keep glancing at the door, like they also want to get up and go. But when they look back at you, their eyes are kind of these like their pupils have expanded outward, and this kind of like dark color has filled them up, and they look at you like with a pair of bear's eyes, and they're like weirdly soft, I think.
Mhm.
The sun is out. There's not anything we can do. That other message says that all the doors in the hall are open. We'd burn to a crisp as soon as we stepped outside, and that wouldn't help anyone. I know you want to help.
But if I'm dead, I can't help nearly as many people. You're right. You're right.
That's your work ethos, isn't it? If you're dead,
Yep.
you can't help anyone.
And I sure as hell am not gonna let any of you die tonight. Now that I know you're like alive and shit, no way in hell.
So we have each other. We watch each other's backs. Okay?
Exactly.
And you won't let them die. And Bear kind of gestures around the room. And I will not let you die. You haven't even taught me how to use Instagram yet.
God, yeah, you're right. We gotta customize your feed and shit. It's important. We're doing that
My
as soon as
feed?
we get out of here.
Don't talk
It's
about
like-
feed. I am hungry.
You know, the bagged stuff isn't the worst. It's not good. I'm not gonna say it's good. That would be a lie.
If it's made by Frankie Tomato, I don't necessarily trust it. No offense.
There is stuff that's
What?
not made by him. just, just reiterating, just in case.
Brand deals aside, Frankie does get like the worst supply, I'll be honest.
He tries, I think, but
He tried. He makes it affordable. And like that's why I do the brand deals.
and Bear kind of like finally like this low like smile comes over. I'm glad you're getting those deals, kid.
Thanks. Oh, fuck. If anything comes for you, I've got your back. And I'm gonna be watching over all of them. Because they're good. They're good, Kindred. They just are.
If there's anyone I trust who could be able to tell, I think it's you. And there's no way that I'm dying inside a building. My feet
God,
off the
no.
ground.
That's dumb. No. If
When
you
I
die,
die-
you're gonna die like in a river or something.
Exactly. When I die, my feet will be on the ground and I will feel the earth and it will finally take me. I will not be dying in a fucking skyscraper with this. And they kind of gesture at the like pleather, you know, at the like grandeur and the like wallpaper with the hotel texture. I'm not dying in here.
No, I refuse to die in a building this pretentious.
You have good taste, Ava.
Thanks. No offense to like Umami's planning or anything. Yeah.
Personally, I don't think that Umami was the one that chose this wallpaper, but
Oh God, no.
and Bear kind of like looks at wherever like they had gone off to with Marilyn as well. And like again, this kind of like almost soft expression crosses their face and then like gets buried again. I don't know what's happening. I really don't.
God,
But
I
none
have
of us
no
are dying
fucking
tonight.
clue. None of us are dying, and they want our power. And if there's one thing I'm not gonna do, I'm certainly not gonna give a bunch of white mortals my power.
I would expect absolutely nothing less, Ava. Listen. If anything happens to me, you're young, okay? I want you to fight like hell to get out
If
of
something
here. Do you
happens
understand?
to you, huh? If something happens to you, this building won't survive what I will do to it.
Good. Make them pay.
I'll make them pay 10 times back.
And Bear leans back with like a little smile and like folds their arms across their chest and then goes, "So what is a feed again?" And then it's just
And yeah.
That's so cute. Oh my goodness. Bear stuff though. Because you're focusing on the monsters. You will occasionally hear the prowling of something. It makes a growling noise, but like so did majority of them. But it prowls the area, walks around it. You will hear one scream. One oh no, and that's it. Plus like the flipping of something. They were hiding, they were not anymore. And of course, you can hear what happens next. I don't really need to describe the attack. It just happens, and then it moves on. And you hear it go off in the distance. I would even say that you can tell if they're upstairs or downstairs, and they never go up. They never, not once, sound like they are above you, walking or patrolling. You do, I will say, hear something walking upstairs, but it's lighter. It sounds like. It sounds normal. It sounds like you're walking on a carpet, honestly. But they never go up. They definitely go down. And they actually make rounds. Is something that you feel like you understand. And I would say with your role and your specialties, you'd be able to figure out roughly what perhaps the routine is. And if you wish to notify people who go next after you, that is what you can totally do. But just based on your expertise, your level of tracking, you know what a route kind of feels like. Yeah, that would be it. Never goes up though.
I think the last thing that Bear says before they like turn in for the rest of the day is when that like next ping comes up on the phone that's like third floor is safe, they kind of tap the phone screen and go, "Are you familiar with anglerfish?"
Big shiny light. Draw 'em in. Glad we're on the same
That's-
page.
Yeah. Get some rest.
You too.
There will be some time that passes, and then the sweet, sweet sun sets, and it's night. And I will say you have all rested appropriately. You've made provisions and whatnot. But that Chester, you feel something really, really, really like a cold embrace at the back of your neck. Honestly, is the best way to describe it. Or even your spidey senses tingle. And suddenly you feel foreboding. You feel exactly what you like smelt before. That's off. That's wrong. And you know it's coming. And so you have the option of basically warning everybody, yeeting by yourself, or yeeting with a few people, or you can choose how you wish to prepare for a bit. No one else will notice this coming, not even Bear, who had essentially helped keep a note of whatever, like of this routine. And I will say that routine was sound for several hours.
I'm gonna warn the coterie, like this temporary coterie we have. Outside of that, it might be too much.
Is Marilyn a part of your coterie?
I guess so, because Marilyn seems to be close to Umami. So
I'm assuming Rosemary is not.
Rosemary is probably farther and with more people, and I think alerting more people might be dangerous. So, for us at least. So I'm gonna keep
Just
it
wanted
to
to
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just this is your Coterie plus Marilyn.
Mhm.
Go ahead. Do what you need to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with Bear. So,
What? What do you
something's
want?
something's going on. Something's gonna happen. I can feel it. I don't know. I'm gonna wake the others, but you need to get ready. And I'm gonna next go to Ava, and Kid, you need to get up.
Okay.
You need to get up.
It's getting closer.
Fuck.
I'm gonna head over to Marilyn, and Umami. I assume are next to each other. I'm gonna be like, hey, hey, asshole, wake up.
What
Something's
the fuck?
something's going on. I gotta wake up, Frankie. You and Marilyn gotta get ready. I already woke up Ava and
Okay.
Bear.
Marilyn frantically just points, almost slapping Umami, just because of how fast the arm goes up, and just points to behind the bar. The bar, I want to say, is positioned in front of the door, in front of the blockade, but it is like cover. Everything else is open.
And then lastly, I'm gonna go grab Frankie. It's like, buddy, let's go. Get up.
No, my sauce is good. What? Oh, God. Oh, what day is it? Fuck.
Shh.
Where am I? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Shit's going down.
Okay.
It's going down. Let's go.
It's upstairs.
Hey.
It's upstairs. The thing that I feel is upstairs. Something's upstairs.
You feel it. It was like foreboding, kind of at the bottom. I would say like foreboding, where it made your stomach hurt, and now it's up to your chest. It's behind your ears. It rings in the. It makes your eyes hurt.
Okay.
It's you feel it. You feel it like you don't want to feel this anymore. And then you hear. 1 second. I need to make sure I can do this first.
Oh.
While you do that, do we rouse for hunger?
Yes, everybody rouse for hunger. Thank you for reminding me about that.
Success.
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 It's a success.
Critical success.
Ooh.
I don't know
Oh,
if that does
yeah.
anything.
I would say y'all are too awake, too sudden to think that you might be hungry. And then you hear a very familiar voice quietly calling out, Mom? Mom? Mom, where are you?
Fuck.
Mom?
Somebody get Rosemary.
No.
No.
Oh, it hurts, Mom.
Do not let her hear that, or we're all fucked.
That's a bait. That's bait.
Oh my god. That's.
Mom, I'm bleeding. And I need y'all to actually make me a composure, and then anything to keep you from feeling scared.
Okay.
You
can
said
distract
anything,
yourself.
right? Okay.
Anything that can comfort you, that you know that your character would do to comfort you, which means you can willingly choose to distract yourself. You can choose to
Can I
focus on something
logicize this whole thing? And
else. You
just
could logic yourself, yes.
okay.
I think it's the funniest for you to do that, since you saw it up close. Hell, 4D ride for you.
Awareness?
I have something called Unswayable Mind. Would that help?
What does that give you?
The user gains a mystical ability to resist any attempts to sway them through mundane charms, coercion, and wiles. Some exhibit this through Zen-like charm, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I would
just
say it's a bit different than
Okay.
that. I'm not trying to like charm you and lure you out.
Okay.
This is definitely like I'm trying to make you piss your pants.
I got a messy critical.
Same.
3 successes total.
Mm-hmm.
7 total.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 5 total, and I used brawl because when considering fight or flight, Bear's answer is always fight.
Okay. Ava?
I got a 4 total using occult because when in times of true darkness, Ava does nothing but turn to the darkness, to the shadows. Those are truth.
Mm-hmm.
I did the same, but instead of believing in the occult, kind of discounting what it could be, kind of trying to logic it.
Frankie.
I used insight, if that's okay, to try to get a more of a grasp
Okay,
on.
I would say you're focusing on it then, if it's insight, if that's okay. But like to
Okay.
focus on it sometimes is easier because you can figure out what it is. It might make you less scared.
Sure. Yeah, I got a 4 with a crit, but then 1 nat 1 as well.
Okay. Mm. Mm. So anything below a 5, you're doing a very good job at distracting yourself. You're doing your best. It's not helping. Because you know what you saw, and it's just that scratching in the back of your head where it's like, oh, but what if I was wrong? Or maybe I'm overthinking it. Either or. You could also be over preparing yourself. And then you think about that. And maybe you do something like you want to pace but you can't. You're too hyper aware of every sound that is made now in this room. And that could be what scares you a bit. And so I will say you're not necessarily as prepared as you wish you were. My 5 and above, though, the rest of y'all are also doing a good job at keeping yourself focused on something else. But only my sweet, sweet mommy, who rolled awareness, is going to notice when this door gets pushed open because it was melted off and never locked. It was barricaded, so you know about the tapping. But these guys have supernatural strength. Does anybody dare to try and peek? If you do, you can roll me like a dexterity stealth, or even a composure stealth. I think composure stealth is a lot more better.
I do not dare.
Mhm.
I'm gonna dare. Fuck it.
Mhm.
I don't really have any stealth, but
Mhm.
I use celerity, my rapid reflexes, to help in stealthing. It's fine if I
Yeah.
can't.
It's more like I'm thinking like, because if that means if you, I would say if you can choose to if you want to, but if you fail, you have a higher chance of alerting the creature where you are, because it's in this case, it's you're moving fast, so you might bump into something.
Okay, I only have 4 dice.
Mm-hmm.
If I succeed on all of it, do you think that it's enough? Or do you think I should just not?
I will. You know what? I'll just say just not then
Okay.
on something like that. Yeah, because
Okay.
I'm thinking about it now, and I'm like, it might actually not be fair
Okay.
unless you burn a willpower. So I would say no. Some of you consider it, right? Especially when you see Umami's face turn purple, bluish, maybe. And then you see Rosemary get up from where she was sitting and actually try to go for the door. because she hears her child.
No.
Some
I'm
of
gonna
her-
try to tackle her.
No, I was gonna say some of her men stop her before you do. You maybe think to, but then Marilyn stops you. Marilyn will just grab your arm with a force you were not expecting and give you one look of just it's fear, but it's a don't fucking do it is just all you can read. Rosemary tries to. She actually slaps some of her guards. She's trying to go for the door. She's making so much noise. She's making too much noise. In fact, it might overwhelm some of you. And then. And then you see. Umami, you see. There is that sloth claw coming around on top where you're hiding. You don't see the head, though. But you do hear Mary's voice start laughing from that smiley, happy sloth face and just go, I found you, Mom. And it gets a little bit more and more distorted as it's dropping this mimicry and goes, we have a party to go to. Dinner is served. You don't see what happens, but you hear it. And you feel it actually, as this thing leaps from the table. It was on top of the bar where you guys were hiding, and it goes after everyone else who did not get a chance to hide, Rosemary as well. I'm gonna just let y'all know running is the best option right now. You have a distraction.
Let's go, everybody.
Yeah.
You book it. You're there above the screams. You can kind of hear almost like it echoes in your head, but maybe it's because of how unnerving the voice it was. You could just remember it, and you hear things like, "Stop screaming, mommy. Oh, mommy. Poor mommy. Look at the mess you've made, mommy. Mommy." Like, it's mocking. It's a very mocking tone, but that is Mary's voice. I'm assuming y'all, where would you like to run? You have a stairwell, you have a couple halls that go down east.
Trying to
Fastest
head
way
east.
to get east, yeah.
East. I'm assuming you want to go to Marilyn's room.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. You guys are booking it down. All the doors are open. If you care to look, all the doors and all the windows are open. Ripped open, some of the curtains. Some of them are just pulled and barely hanging. They're open. They've set a trap. You can see some bodies. You can see, like, more gore, more viscera, more slime as you guys walk. The slime really, really bothers you, actually, as it sticks to your shoes, sticks to your clothes if you're wearing a longer outfit, longer pants, longer hems of your dress. If your cloak was too long, it sticks everywhere. Things are ripping. But you make it to Marilyn's room. Marilyn's room is very smartly hidden. If you've ever been to certain hotels, they have a door that cuts off a four-parter where the rooms are so much bigger. That door is security locked. Marilyn fucking opens, just slapping it open. She's lost her shoes at some point. Her poor Louis Vuitton's gone. Opens the door. That door leads to another door, essentially. But you can see that this is like it's thicker. That door was heavy. This door is thick. Closes it, opens the next one. You're in. This room is the best way to put it is it really does look like a secret room, but it's like a secret bedroom. It's huge. It really is just all those all four rooms, like all 4 suites combined into one, with its own like separate areas. There's a bathroom, there's a this room, there's a that room, there's jewelry on display, but like for her to take, this is a personal room. Something that you may or may not remember is you heard Material Girl, like Madonna's Material Girl thing. It has since stopped, but there's a record player that kind of continues to go. There's no record on it. Or, no, sorry, there is a record on it. The thing is up, so that means someone's been in here. You do, however, feel this moment of respite, I would say, for a brief minute. Before, actually, no. Everybody, give me resolve and awareness.
Six for me.
So 1 success for Frankie.
Does
2 for old bear.
I have 2 successes and a potential bestial failure.
Actually, that's only 5 for me. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3 successes.
Only
and
5. He's
What did you get, Frankie?
1 success.
You guys are walking, I would say. You're looking for something. I would say you're all in a state of panic, and whatnot. You just woke up too. It's not a great time. You're not having a great time. And Chester, as you're kind of walking about, you notice something in a closet. It's one of those really big walk-in closets. You don't need to turn on a light to kind of have your trained eyes follow, and you see there is a hole. There's a hole in what you think should have been an air vent. And Mommy, you're very tense. You're very tired. And you do not feel the cold grip of a hand grab at your ankles. And you do not feel it pull you with a force of the equivalent of going like water skiing. You get pulled. And Chester, you didn't notice this either. Because why? How would you? How am I gonna describe this? In this walk-in closet, because you didn't go into it, neither did Umami, but you didn't know that there is another section of it, perhaps a double entrance, and so you didn't know it was open because it was dark. You were more focused on the hole, and so you didn't notice the thing sneak past you, and nobody noticed this large slug-like creature with bumps and ripples on its body to indicate its fat sacks, essentially. And none of you noticed it wait quietly, patiently, softly, as it opened itself up and a person slid out. I wouldn't say it's a person, but I would say it's the most human-looking thing you've ever seen. It is a humanoid body that laid there in wait, lying on the floor to grab Umami, and then drag you into its large sack. And then the rest of it begins to move. What comes out is a giant fucking caterpillar. And it is fast as fuck, boy. It's big in the sense of like it wouldn't be like a giant like worm type of thing, but caterpillars don't come that size. It is a small horse, actually, I would say, but longer.
Like a
It's the
pony?
biggest snake you've ever seen. And you might have heard maybe Umami gets scream very briefly before getting close, and it opens and closes in 4s.
I was just gonna say, "Ah!" like,
Umami will find out what happens to you later, but it's got you, and it's looking at the rest of you.
Oh, as soon as Umami is out of sight and is gone, Bear's hands turn into knives, and I'm trying to get Umami out of it as fast as possible.
Let's be clear. As soon as this even starts to happen, we don't even know what happens to poor Frankie Tamata. I have a thing called Arms of Hanengar, which is essentially just shadow tentacles. So those start going absolutely crazy.
It screams when you attack it, like, but when it does, it's not one voice. You hear a couple, and you swear you hear Umami's with it. As it kind of harmonizes. It would be beautiful if it wasn't so visceral, and then you see it get longer, like it closes in on itself and then projects itself upward, and it flattens. It slams its entire body. I'm assuming Bear was like, attacking Bear. You get plastered. You get body slammed. And it is the heaviest fucking thing you've ever felt. It's slippery. It's slimy. You can get your claws into it and they just slip out, kind of pushing your fingers back in such a way where you just gotta close your hands. And that's just what the fuck. It slides right on top of you. Chester, you were like on the tail end of this thing. You get knocked the fuck back. You're winded if you could be winded. You get tail whipped so hard you make an indent in the closet. Not in the closet, in the wall actually, because you weren't in the closet, but the tail just fucking whipped at you. If you need a better visual, this thing is it's like a space, but the door's open 2 ways, and so it is now big enough to circle it and kind of like almost like Ouroboros itself. As it body slams Bear, and then slides its way over to where Ava and Frankie are. Ava, you can make me a dexterity athletics roll if you'd like. Frankie, you can too, actually, if you really want to.
I really want to, yes.
Yeah. This is why I put things into these numbers.
So 1 crit and 1 fail, like nat 1 fail. 1 crit success and 1 crit fail.
That's just 1 success, unfortunately.
Yeah, just 1 success.
Wonderful.
Hey, baby, that's all successes, I guess. This is cool and fun, I guess.
Ava, you're able to get out of the way, as maybe you noticed when it got bigger, its body does something weird and nasty, and you didn't like it, so you can jump out of the way, almost using your own tendrils to pull you out, actually. As you see it open up again into 4s. Its flap slaps Marilyn back, who was also trying to make her way to try and, do something. But its flap slaps her back pretty hard into the ground. She makes a dent in the marble floor where she falls. And then, Frankie, you get a front row seat to this thing where what could be like, I guess, if I had to give you a visual, like the tongue of the beast, a person, humanoid figure, the same one, kind of slides out, not sliding out, crawls out, grotesquely, like it's about to do. It moves like Lady Gaga in a fucking music video, where you swear you can hear every bone pop as it kind of climbs itself towards you, and you see that it's stuck inside this body. It's fucking gray, blue skinned. Its hair is so slicked back and tight to it. It's stuck. It looks like it could be like oil. It looks like it could be tattoos, even how tight it's stuck on it. And its eyes are alien in figure. Like when you look at it, it looks like a fucking alien. Um, and its mouth is a caterpillar's mouth, and it opens like this. And it's looking at you, and you are paralyzed in fear as it crawls up on you essentially from your legs, grabs on real tight, holding onto you, and then uses the rest of your body like a fucking ladder.
If you would allow
Mhm.
for like a little bit of cinematic flair to this, I did want to do something.
Yeah.
Seeing this like monstrosity in front of me, I kind of look back to the coterie. I look at Ava. I look at Chester. I know Umami's already gone. And then finally, I look at Bear, who I know is not going to like relent in trying to take this thing out, knowing how Bear is, and like considering the conversation that I had with them, considering the conversation that I had with Chester, and seeing this thing right in front of me, I'm gonna look to Bear and try to use
You muted yourself.
try to use like compel or mesmerize or something, and just be like, get the fuck out of here. And then I'm gonna like try to like be like a distraction of sorts and try to like run as far in the opposite direction and like get the slug thing's attention as it takes me, essentially.
When you try to turn and run, it literally pulls your hair so violently that your glasses slide off, and pulls your head back, and it looks at you like this. Like it moves its whole neck around your fucking face, if it could, to look at you real unnecessarily close. Your forehead, your face, you're getting a fucking facial essentially with the amount of slime that is coming off of this thing, and its lips are practically all its shouldn't say lips, it's fucking mandibles. Its teeth are all over you.
That's
can
the second
feel
thing
it.
I'm kissing tonight.
Pretty much, as it kind of Loki sinks into the side of the cheek, and it very begrudging. No, it's tasking. Almost like if you've ever had like a locked jaw type of thing, it's tasking to speak, and it goes, I like your eyes. And you don't even get a chance. You're just dragged in as well. Anything you grab covered in slime, you have no chance is the best way to put it. As you're completely consumed and everything gets locked in. And then it literally shoots itself like it's on a slip and slide around the fucking room, and then climbs into
before they leave. I'm gonna cast Theft of Vitae to open a vessel. I mean, if you want me to roll, but more so the thing that I want to do is for it to actually bleed so it can leave a trail.
Yeah, I can allow it. You definitely let some of the blood come out, but it's that gross black blue shit.
Yeah,
and it stinks. And it now that it's bigger, it actually has to break the wall some more to get in, and so it does. You see it crack open a little bit more, kind of threatening, and then it moves out in a way so fast you can't hear it anymore. The rest of you are kind of in shock or knocked out or some form of it, as you realize that you were maybe a little too late to enter this room. And before we end, I'm going to move somewhere else in this entire place. In fact, the camera kind of low-key pans up. It pans up to a miscellaneous room. I wouldn't say it's miscellaneous, it's actually the security room with all the cameras in place, watching everyone quietly. All the cameras are, by the way, intact and working. And someone calls out, "We have all the Barons. Alive and well. No sign of Marilyn, but we have the Barons." The camera pans over to whoever they were talking to, the person sitting in the seat watching, looking at all the cameras, and you see the guy who is dressed as the sexy Lucifer statue. He takes off his mask, wipes some of the paint off to reveal some beautiful brown skin, and goes, "We can do it with just them." That's it. That's where we're gonna end.
I'm gonna shit in their blood bag. Like, fuck these guys.
Who is this sexy Lucifer?
Sexy Lucifer strikes
Lucifer.
again. But darn. Oh, we got rated. Thank you, Neon Lights Roleplay.
Hey.
Sad to say that we
Sir
are
Heck.
wrapping up, but thank you for the raid anyways. Sir Heck a lot. That's a fun name. I hope you all got scared and maybe shitted yourself just a little bit. Join us next week as we won't find out what happens to Umami and Frankie, but we will find out what happens to the rest of this party. We got their ass beat by a caterpillar, the hungry caterpillar. Ha 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 ha. Let's do this in, I guess, reverse. So Aurora, give yourself a bit of a shout out, I guess. Plug away, and then we'll move on.
Alrighty, I'm Aurora. You can find me at Ephemeral Giant on most everything. I am mostly just kind of a creative person in the space, doing stuff and things, occasionally actual plays, a lot of stuff with people in this game. Looks at Joe intensely. Beyond that, I write games. You can find the one game I've posted, and there are more games to come on my itch.io. Same thing, Ephemeral Giant. It's Honey I Shrunk the Kids, which is it's a Honey I Shrunk the Kids style game called Shrink Shank Shrunk, and a Goonies style game called Guys in Gold. Good fun times. Lots of weird RP stuff. Also, there will be more at some point, but there's not more right now.
Amazing. I believe C is next.
Oh my gosh, that's me. Hi everyone, my name is Cia. I use they them pronouns. You can find me making very trans, very gay art on the internet at PieSharpArt. If you liked what I did here tonight, you're gonna like what I do other places. Specifically, tomorrow at 8 p.m. US Eastern Time, Transplanter RPG is doing the very first playtest of the Godkiller Ashcan that has just recently opened pre-orders. Connie and I, the God and the Godkiller respectively, we'll be doing a live recording of our Prestige podcast series, First Blood, which will be coming out in early May. So check that out live tomorrow. It is going to be so much fun. We have some amazing sponsors. I am going to ruin everyone's life. I'm going to ruin my life. And I'm so excited for it. It's, again, the very first Godkiller playtest. So if you're interested in seeing what the mechanics are, since it's only in pre-order form right now, check it out. It's going to be a really, really great time, and I am so excited. That'll be my big plug. That's over on Transplanter RPG, all across the internet. Find that. And I think that I get to pass it to Joe now.
Yes. I have been Josephine. I'm at Scary Dog Friend. I have been your Malkavian hacker freak. 8 to 1 by night in May.
Yeah. I guess it's my turn. Hey.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Fabs. I do comic stuff and TTRPG stuff. Comic stuff, check out Rockets and Pens. I got new stuff coming out that are cool. And Badhouse RPG over here. Catch me Wednesday, where me and C with a bunch of other amazing people do problematic polycule in a cyberpunk world. It's amazing. So yeah, that's again Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Chris, that's you.
And then me, right? Yeah. Hello, I am Chris Tung. When I'm not getting swallowed by giant caterpillars, I am one of the co-founders of PinkCity.ca, which is an anime gaming streetwear brand from Toronto, Canada. I am also the producer, editor, and current GM of Super Journey Dudes, which is a comedy tabletop RPG podcast. Currently, we're running a show, a pretty dope high production show for Lancer, which is called Blink Space Blues. So if you're into Cowboy Bebop and Gundam, that's the vibe we're going with. So I highly recommend checking us out. We drop episodes on Tuesdays and premiere them live on Twitch on Mondays. And thank you all for being here. And as Frankie Tomato would say, like, comment, and subscribe.
And I've been Aki. I am Aki, your story keeper, lore, whatever. And you can find me all over at Akinomi_art. Do a lot of things. If you're interested in me streaming, I'm over at the Mandy's channel on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, where I am playing a bunny bard necromancer that's also in a polycule that we like to call the partycule because we're trying to get everyone a part of it. Other than that, just go check out my Twitter to see all the stupid shit that I do. I'm also in a Lancer podcast. Well, am I gonna promote it right now? Fuck no, I'm tired. But everything else is there on Twitter. So just go check that shit out. I promise it's super gay. And that's been us. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry for going a little bit late. I hope you have bad dreams tonight because everything was super super scary and you're a little bit scared of caterpillars now. And sloths. Yeah, thank you. Good night everybody.
I was already scared of caterpillars.
All right, bye.